your back's backed up against the wall, and the bandwagon's falling right off, and you're hearing all the talk about maybe you should think about what you're gonna do if it don't work out. It ain't about if it makes sense, 'cause if the boot do it don't fit. As far as I can see, there ain't no way to be somebody if you just gon' quit. So if you gotta fight, don't lose it. If you gotta do it, die, dream, do it. If you got something to prove, go and prove it. Don't let nobody clip your wings. Keep your head down, keep on the blinders. Tune out the doubters and all the close minders. If it's in your blood, falling down ain't enough to change who you were born to be. Getting back up, that's the only backup plan you need.
Welcome back. Rico Money Bags, a channel helping you invest in yourself so we can invest in the future. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure that bell notification is lit like that. You guys will not miss out for any future updates, man. We're going to talk about crypto. We're going to talk about great meme coins. We're going to talk about NFT projects, utility plays, and everything that you guys want to hear. We're also going to do a giveaway. So if you guys can really get this stream going, it'd be greatly appreciated. This is something that I'm just doing for the community because you guys are absolutely amazing. We'll be using the StreamYard tool. And a matter of fact, just to give you guys a little bit of incentive for those who pulled up super early, I see Furious Gaming here, all you guys that really rock with the movement. Let me go ahead and refresh this really quick, and we're going to get you guys already almost kind of tapping into that giveaway right away. But, man, this is going to be a banger stream. We're going to have a lot of fun. Crypto's doing what crypto does, but, man, we're still pulling up very strong for these crypto markets. So we'll go over BTC, give everybody enough time to get this chilled out and whatnot like that. But we got some great projects. Like I said, we got meme coins. We got NFT projects, we got utility plays, and we also have some pretty cool things as far as some giveaways. So appreciate you guys pulling up. Let's go ahead and get this started. Let me share my screen. For those in the back end in the studio, we got a private chat that if you guys want to talk to each other on the private chat, you guys can go ahead and use that. Let me go ahead and share my screen really quick for everybody. Jump right into the mix. Appreciate you guys all pulling up. We got the crypto market cap at 2.33, 2.32 now. A little bit of a pullback, but again, nothing that we're really too surprised about, man. We're gonna check these things out. I'm gonna show you guys why. You know, it's not about being bearish on crypto. It's not, you know, about flooding anybody's bag. It's about keeping you guys from that emotional roller coaster where you guys can stay tapped in on your guys' favorite projects. All right. So very, very important. And you know what? For the first giveaway, for those who pulled up right away, just for showing support on the channel, especially those from XPX and everybody like that, I do appreciate you guys pulling up. And let me go ahead. We're going to get this started right away. We're going to do a small soul giveaway. So we're going to just go hashtag, and this is coming from me, but we're going to put hashtag XPX. So those who are pulling up, especially the XPX community, I posted this in the XPX chat, the broadcast. If you guys can go to the broadcast, repost this. X has been acting extremely funky where people are not able to, you know, be able to tap in and see the notification. So we're going to put hashtag XPX. Everybody go ahead and put that into the chat right now for some giveaways that we're doing. We just shorted CFX, and you know what? We're going to share a little bit of that with you guys as well. So appreciate you guys pulling up right now. Is hashtag XPX. We got a lot of cool things going on over there. A lot of things being built in the back end and some more developments coming around the corner. So want you guys to get tapped in and very familiar, but hashtag XPX is the ticker, everybody. Overall crypto market cap, 2.32 trillion, 67K and a half. BTC down 1.8%. We got Ethereum under 2K, down 4.5% on the week. We got XRP, you know, doing what XRP does. Nothing really too exciting. One thing that I will say, BNB out of all of them has been holding up really well, you know, holding up above, you know, over $600, which has been really, really nice to see. Solana also holding over $80, which is crazy that we got to be grateful for that, but that's what we got to be grateful for. The markets are crazy, fam, right? That's what the markets are doing to us. So I do want you guys to just hang in there. I know sometimes it's like, where's the good news? Where can it, you know, come back? But being patient is where some of the best things is going to happen for you right here. So let's jump into BTC's price action and a little bit what we've been talking about. And then, like I said, we'll get into the favorite plays. We got some NFTs to check out. We got this giveaway going right now. If you guys can repost this, it'd be greatly appreciated. And get this stream going, man. The bigger these super streams are, the better it is for everybody's bag. We're actually working on getting quite a bit of projects that are just going to be pulling up, a lot of new projects. So them seeing the, you know, the impact of the super stream is super crucial for everybody because we're about to be getting exposure to a lot of new projects that are listing and things like that. I've been working hard behind the scenes. I actually got another meeting on Tuesday, possibly Wednesday, depending on the schedule, for us to, make these super streams even bigger, bring more projects, get more exposure to the latest meme coin that's pumping, the latest NFTs that are getting minted out. And that's what it's all about. Sometimes these partnerships and collaborations take a little bit of time behind the scenes, but just know that we're always working on either making your project better, my project better, the streams better. It's all for you guys, man. Honestly, the overtime on the overtime is for the movement of what we got going on over here. So I appreciate you guys pulling up. Let's jump into BTC and this very mature time frame, this 4-hour time frame of like, what's really going on with BTC and why on this 4-hour chart. What's up, Lisa? That 4-hour time frame where this sell signal was valid for us on BTC, and this is why we actually been waiting, and it all kind of started over here on a 1-hour chart since this trade right here, and this has already been done, right? So if you look way over here, this is why I want you guys to pull up. I know it's not the most popular stuff to talk about, and people are like, come on, Rico, just and we scream pump it up, and we scream that this is the floor. It doesn't make it the floor, right? Just because everybody's saying it's the floor, it doesn't make it the floor. And you can see like, hey, throughout all these days and these weeks, we don't have to be on the emotional roller coaster of when is it going to turn back around, because we can hold a trend. This is the 1-hour chart, and we can hold a short really long, because people are going to be saying now it's turning around, this is when it's turning around, but really it hasn't turned around. And this 1-hour trade, the reason it kept going and looked really good was, of course, because we had a nice sell signal on this 4-hour chart. These time frames are crucial for you guys to look at. Those shorter time frames are going to chop you up like there's no tomorrow. Now, granted, we are seeing some positive price action we haven't seen in a while, right? We can say, hey, this trend has been broken, and we connect all these tops. We're connecting all this whole downtrend right there. Boom, 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 boom. We do see this breaking out, but notice that there's no real buy signal. What's up, Sharon? See Sharon pulling up. See the XPX community. Yeah, hashtag XPX, everybody. Hashtag Art Vibe. And let's have a great time together. These streams are what you guys make it, so make sure you guys get the word out there. So right here, we got this trend being broken on the 1-hour chart. Now, I wouldn't just jump into this, right? Even if that buy signal came in, I would be really looking again for, a 4-hour time frame to give me some of that buy signal action, because maybe it's time. Maybe Bitcoin is ready. Maybe there's enough stuff. I know today, if you guys look at the FOMC, like, to see if we're going to get any rate cuts, the percentage is pretty low. So it's not looking like next month we're going to get that. And I want you guys to be very cautious, because you can see, although on the 1-hour time frame, shorter time frames is looking a little bit more bullish, if this was just a couple of green candles in a downtrend and it really never flipped the 4-hour chart really green or with a buy signal, we could potentially see a little bit more of this action. Just because it's green, it was no buy signal right here. And everybody that's been tapped in with the channel, if you were here and all this stuff was going on, you got to avoid that and just patiently wait for an actual trade right here, and have a confident trade that you guys can hold, right? But I want you guys to see that although on the 1-hour chart, you're seeing some green candles and possibly we see a buy signal or whatnot like that, you're not going to want to miss out on, potentially this just going up like this and could get rejected and come lower, especially if it broke past these previous ways low. I'm keeping an eye down here. I'm not being bearish. I know, this channel would do better if I would just be like, hey, it's automatically there, but I have to pay attention to where we came down here before. Time and price likes to revisit itself a lot, right? And you can see that down here, this was a $59,807 BTC, give or take, right underneath 60K, right? Let me see. Okay. All right. Cool. I see everybody. Just checking the private chat really quick. So we got this price action, and this is why I want you guys, although on that shorter time frame, we are technically still working off a sell signal on the 4-hour chart, that if it broke down underneath this and came down here, those holding the short would be looking pretty good, right? So there are still some potential ways where shorts can run a lot faster. And I'm noticing, like, when you're trading, the shorts are almost moving a little bit easier than trying to, catch along, because it turns into a chop and then kind of falls apart, because the markets are just not that euphoric right now. They're not that exciting. You got gold taking a lot of attention. Maybe gold's going to do another leg up, but you're seeing right here where BTC potentially could come lower if the sell signal stays valid, right? All right, so let's keep that in mind, and we'll talk about the upside potential. If we do get that buy signal, we're breaking the point of control. We trade into this gap, the upper valley range. Man, 76,000, 77,000 BTC would start to feel really exciting for everybody. Honestly, if we start to see, a buy signal on the 4-hour chart, we're breaking this point of control, we're breaking some of these previous ways high, we're trading into this gap, 77,000 BTC, can get the bulls really rallying if we start to pay attention to what's going on, overall in the market. So that could be a potential, but right now I got to respect this 4-hour chart right here on BTC and these sell signals. Not to say that it can't print the buy signal soon because you can see that it's actually broke this red trend and it's starting to trade up in this direction. So there is a potential right there for us to, kind of get in a better direction overall. If we start to, once this turns gray, this is a chop zone. So we'll pay attention to it. The alarm has not sounded just yet that the markets are just racing right back. Trust me, I can't wait to tell everybody like, yo, we're back, fam. And it's going to be a higher time frame that's going to let us know. We're going to talk about Aster really quick because this is one that I'm eyeing out after closing my CFX trade at 180%, which was a nice trade on CFX, which was a short trade. 180%, not bad. This is my next trade that I'm paying attention to. I'm looking at Aster, right? It did this nice 4-hour trade on the 4-hour chart. It had a nice little run with this buy signal. It was extremely valid. I'm waiting for this thing to fall apart, but we're seeing on the 1-hour chart, you see buy signal coming right back down, almost closing you out on the stop loss, trying to go back out. That's very choppy, and you're going to find that if this thing falls apart on this 1-hour chart and starts to trend back down, we will get that 4-hour sell signal right here and potentially trade a little bit lower. So I want you guys to look at Aster. For those who are trading, shout out to BYD-Fi. It is a sponsor of the show. We got their hoodie on right now, which is keeping me warm. Believe it or not, 48 degrees for me is like freezing now these days, which is crazy. But right now, looking at this is the one that I'm patiently waiting for. And if you guys are trading out there, what's up, GDC 33, baby? This is the one that I'm paying attention to, right? It's trading underneath the 50 moving average. We got this right here. Whoop, that's the 50, right? It's trading underneath this, crashing into it, not breaking above it. And if we got a sell signal, it could for sure trade into this gap, maybe even trade into this gap down here. And that would be a lot of fun. That's where some of those trades turn into those over 100% gain trades, right? But it is boring, right? You got to wait around. You got to be almost, like what I've been doing lately, just watching this kind of on a higher time frame. And some people can trade on the shorter time frames and jump in and out, but you're going to be babysitting that thing, right? You're going to be all over it. It's like, I'm just letting the markets come to me, actually. So very important to keep an eye on this. Shout out to the other person that just joined in the studio. We got some more people. Like I said, if you guys can repost this on X, not for me, but for your guys' bags. We see that we're printing no matter what. So growing this up is and making this go get those views is for you guys. So shout out to, we got Art Vibe in the back end. We got Recap. We're using Recap in our Telegram, which is pretty bullish, keeping the community engagement high. And we've been seeing that actually, really work and stuff. So it's really nice to see some of these project developers coming up and talking for their communities, right? So, but for those traders right now, as the stream picks up and we're building up the numbers, Aster is the one that I'm eyeing out right now for this short trade. GDC 33, I'm not sure if Biker's going to be able to pull up because it's kind of late for him over there in Dubai, but get the Kendu fam to pull up because I am going to talk about your guys' show for Saturday, your guys' celebration. So I do want to give Kendu its flowers, whether Biker gets to pull up or not. That's a huge achievement for a community to be able to be going so long and staying bullish during these, crucial times in cryptocurrency. But right here, man, I'm just patiently waiting. I'm just patiently waiting for possibly a trade on Aster. And maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe we get another buy signal and that's completely fine. Maybe the crypto market turns up and that's fine. You're not Ash from Pokemon. You're not going to catch them all. And we'll see if that's the case with catching this Aster trade. Possibly, I could see a trade coming back down to 52 cents. That would be an epic short trade. And the markets are producing more shorts than anything else. So let's go to Ethereum. Those who've been tapped in with us on the channel, you probably caught some of these short trades. Hopefully you did. It's not financial advice. We're not always right on the channel. But if you see right here, some of the stuff that we're working with right here, we got short signal that was valid, no buy signal, and another short signal that's still valid. And this is what we've been doing lately. We're not looking for the minute it goes from short that the next one it has to go long. So it's not going from short to long to short to long to short to long. It's actually going from, let's go back to ETH really quick. Sometimes it's actually going from short to short to short to short. It is coming. It has to be about time for Aster to go. It could pump really hard, right? It's been suppressed for so long down. It could, but the market's being so boring that it could just fall apart, and that could have just been a nice little push up, but now it's going to go right back down, right? So right here we got ETH that if anybody tapped in, like I said, valid sell signals on Ethereum right here for anybody who's been working with us on these charts. This is the 4-hour chart. You're not missing too much. So you got your short, your chop, you're out, you're in profit, right? Not a big trade. Not all of them are going to be a runner. So you got your short that is just a trade right here. Boop. Right? Nothing crazy. You get out because it's getting choppy. But this is how nice this is. You don't automatically go, okay, now I did a short. Now I'm going to a long. Nah. That's not what's going on in this market. That's not what this market's producing. So we're paying attention to, hey, we'll catch a trade sometimes, and maybe it's just a trade and it gets out of here and gets into a chop zone. Fine. We'll take our little profits off the table. We'll let whoever thinks that this is an uptrend and probably getting buy signals, on some other things. Like my parabolic SAR would definitely give me a buy signal right here. And I love the parabolic SAR, but it would give me a signal that is going up right here, when in reality, this is a choppy zone only to produce another sell signal. Let me zoom in on this. This is super crucial, man, for you guys to be in this market and stay in here multi-cycle, man. I know it's not what everybody wants to dive into, but it's super important for us to cover this. So right now you see that sell signal. So from short, little trade, you can get out of it right here. Probably didn't make too much of it, but at least you live to trade another day. But here goes the runner right here. Here goes on the 4-hour chart. You didn't miss nothing. Right? It might take forever for you to wait for the setup, but here goes your short signal on the 4-hour chart, and it's just riding all the way down, which it did. Powerful short. And most people might think, okay, well, that was short enough, right? It's gone low enough. There's no way that it's going to go any lower and produce another sell signal. Well, you'd be wrong, because check this out. It was that amazing run down, and then we get chop zone, right? And we're, like I said, even my parabolic SAR that I like very much would have printed a buy signal right here. But in reality, check this out, short again, where the market's still coming back down to this lower value range. So it's super important for you guys to stay, tapping in, because it's going to protect you from this notion of like short, long. Sometimes the markets are short, eeny, meeny, short, and it's going to probably go a little bit lower. So not flooding the Ethereum plays, not flooding the market, fam. Just keeping it real with you guys, and potentially seeing ETH even come down to here. Now, crypto is crazy, and there could be a God candle right here, and it can be like, hey, Rico, here we go. We're going to flip this right here. We're going to break past the previous way's high, and then we're going to trade into this volume gap right here and make this thing a little bit more bullish. And yeah, if a buy signal comes up on the 4-hour chart, then for sure I'll change my attitude towards the market. But, for me to be like, to see a sell signal and see the short actually be valid after time, and the short signal be valid time and time again, to suspect that it won't go any lower, it'd be kind of crazy to think that it couldn't go a little bit lower, right? So I'm aiming down here for a little bit lower, $1,800 ETH. Right now, we're at 1,964, but these could just be a couple green candles only to hit the 50 and come back a little bit lower down to about $1,800 ETH, right? So if we broke and took off to the upside, well, we got up here, the upper value range, $2,400 Ethereum would be a lot of fun. What's up, Liquido? Good night, fam. So right here, we got this, right, where this thing can turn around, and $2,400 ETH. I think we'd be grateful for that. But right now, I got my eyes set on this right now. I'm not chasing this because I don't trade ETH, right? Let's go to the next one. We got XRP for the XRP fam pulling up. Sell signal, extremely valid, like I've been saying for a while. Here you guys go, from short to chop to short, right? To chop to really a short. And this helps you not get caught up in those moments where it's like, okay, now it's got to be the time that's going to turn right back around. No, it's not all the time. No, it doesn't do that. And there are times where you can get stopped out. There's your long right here, and then you get stopped out. But because you can trust it so much and you're doing as you're told, it's not a big deal for you to go ahead and take the next short, because it'll produce something, right? And that's what we got right here. So right now, a little bit bearish on XRP as well. You're seeing this short signal right here after no buy signal came out, which is awesome. My parabolic SAR would have definitely printed one right there. You could just ignore that, because like, no buy signal. It's probably going to come back down. And sure enough, your sell signal right here, with the potential of obviously, staying underneath this 50 moving average, boop, 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 and coming down to this section of a 125 XRP. Doesn't have to happen. Doesn't have to go. Crypto is really wild. Like I said, none of this is financial advice. This thing can turn right back around and come back towards these levels right here of 166, or potentially even break it a little bit higher. We're going to keep track of that. Right now, I'm zoomed out on 4-hour charts to keep you guys in the loop of what's really going on. So BNB right here. Here goes BNB. And like I said, BNB's been actually outperforming kind of a lot of the movements. But same kind of topic, fam. You can see short right here, real short signal. You got a buy signal right here, but if you're trusting your chart, you can reverse this thing and you didn't miss out. Even if you got stopped out right here and you took a small little hit or whatever it might have been, you shorting it right back, you're in the money, super in the money, right? So little trade, stopped out, runner. And a lot of people can't handle that. A lot of people go up to the plate and they take 2 swings at the bat and they don't want to take the third swing because they got stopped out this time. They took an L on one trade. They don't want to take their third strike. They don't want to swing the bat the third time, but you got to swing the bat again. And if you're somebody who's swinging the bat right here on this 4-hour sell signal, there was actually a trade where it came down to 594. Now, granted, it's looking like it wants to turn around. BNB's acting very bullish, and this is the upside potential for BNB. If this buy signal came out on the 4-hour chart, this volume gap right there looks really cool, man. This is all the way up to 764, and if BNB starts to put that right there, print a buy signal on the 4-hour chart, why not take that trade, right? Because at least we know that there's a potential for it to run. There's some incentives for it to fly right through and going up to that 760 or whatnot. But it could also just, be a very valid sell signal still, come up to this section and get rejected and come right back down. And you got to be a little bit stoic sometimes when you're working these trades like this, right? All right, let's go to the next one. Appreciate you guys pulling up, man. Like I said, repost the stream. We got Solana next, which we're going to be giving away some of this. If you guys can if you guys are listening on X, come over to YouTube, right? And where is it at? Right here. Put hashtag XPX fam. So if you're listening over on YouTube, come over to, or if you're listening over on X, come over to YouTube and put hashtag XPX. Okay, fam. I'm going to send you guys some Solana. We did a trade on CFX. We did a short trade. I want to share a little bit of that with you guys and have some fun and show you guys. You don't have to be afraid of the short. So very simple. Come over to, like I said, the YouTube channel and simply put hashtag XPX. If I'm winning, you're winning. It's as simple as that. Here we go. Let's go back to Solana, which is what we're going to be blessing the community with today. Maybe we get some other projects to do some giveaways. I'm not too sure, but this is just me doing something. I do have quite a bit of the hybrid NFTs. I'm holding on to a lot of them from the Trolls Den, which are very fire NFTs with some really cool utility coming out. And maybe if we get this stream pumping up really, really good, we can get maybe we'll do an extra NFT giveaway. And it's just for you guys, man. It's just honestly, I got a lot of love for the community, man. I really do. So I bought those NFTs to obviously support a broski in the space, but also to give some people some cool utility and some NFTs with some value, because I think the Trolls and NFTs do have some value. They're already listed on justshopcrypto.com. People are purchasing the merch. So, we got some Solana plays for you guys as well. Let's go into Solana right now. Again, fam, a lot of the same topic. You guys, oh my God, this is getting redundant, but we got to do this. This is what it takes to kind of make some of this money. It gets redundant, right? You got your short right here. Your trade made money. It's not a runner. You're not trading this, right? Because this is just chop. We don't got our buy signal, but maybe you made a little bit of money. You close out your trade. Maybe it wasn't the biggest one. It wasn't like the one that you wanted. You wanted to be like, man, I want this to be 100 and something %. But your next one was the runner. Being bold and taking another swing at the bat, and trusting your strategy is where a lot of the wins are going to be produced. And that's what we've been doing, man. Honestly, that's what we've been cooking on this and making sure that it stays valid. Even this one right here, now that it's upticking a little bit, let's zoom in on this really good. And granted, now, you wouldn't be in profit, but if you look at this first short trade, you can even see this candle really tested everybody's ability to stay in the trade. But right here, this is a profitable trade on Sol. Now, granted, right now, you would be negative on this trade, and if flipped, you get stopped out. No big deal. You get ready to trade another day. But if this thing got rejected, which it could, because this is just a chop zone, it came back down to $68, you would be very happy that you got a decent strategy that you guys can rely on that's actually bringing these prices down. So keep the bell notification lit, fam. Like that, you don't have to waste as much time as I do looking at this stuff. You guys can spend time with your family. You guys can have some fun at home. Go touch some grass, go roll up some grass, go roll down the hill on some grass, whatever it might be. And I'll just let you guys know when these signals pop up. And we're looking, and that's why it's been a little bit more dialed back, because we're just really looking at the 4-hour chart. The market's just not there where it's just going to be like everything's, if you look at whatever you're looking at, the volume's low. So there's low volume on everything, on BNB, on XRP, on BTC. The volume's been low on everything. So that's why you can feel in the market where it's not that exciting, everybody. All right. So we're just around that mark where I'll start bringing my guests up. Let me go through a couple more tickers. We just broke 100 people. That's the triple digit when I start bringing my guests up. So like that, they got, a nice audience to speak to, right? So let me go to a couple more tickers. CFX, this is the trade that we got that you guys seen a post on X with the 180%. I'm not bragging. Sometimes you get stopped out. I'm just showing you guys that on these higher time frames, if you're patient, you can catch these runners, right? And obviously you start to find it once you get a little bit better and you're practicing a little bit more, all this chop zone was very easy for me to ignore, right? Look at all this chop. I don't care. This sell signal right here on the 1 hour chart that rolled over, also using multi-time frame analysis, that rolled over on the 4 hour chart, is how we got this 180% trade. If you guys want to, I am a partner with BYD I got their hoodie on right now. They sent me a bunch of swag and stuff like that. I'm actually going to go to my page. You guys can scan this QR code. Let me go to this one really quick right here for you guys. And if you guys scan this QR code right now, let me know so I can scan this QR code, make an account. Hey, what's up, Crypto Princess? Scan this QR code, make an account, let me know so I can add some USDT to your account, and and you can trade, right? You can use a demo account, or you can use some of the funds that, shout out to BYD. We got their hoodie on, which is nice because I've been freezing lately. But I want you guys to be able to produce these. You guys don't have to use 50x leverage. You guys don't have to use that much. But if you're patient enough, you guys can really produce some of these trades. I'm no better than anybody else. I'm not some kind of guru or genius. I'm actually just doing some very boring things and, not getting distracted on just waiting and being very patient and disciplined for these trades to line up, getting a really good entry, waiting for my entry to actually be, really, really nice on this, 1 hour chart. Yeah, I was tempted on this because it was bearish, right? But you don't want to get caught like, yeah, it's red and it's looking pretty bad, but really, it's just sideways trading. I can pay this insurance, ignore all of this to get my entry right here and actually catch the runner right here. All right, that's it. At the end of the day, I didn't do nothing special. I mean, there's some amazing people in this space that, they're way smarter than me. I just think that I'm just being a little bit patient, and I really want this stuff to work, and I want this stuff to work not just for myself, but really for all of us. And really, it was just a game of just waiting this out, letting it do what it has to do, paying that insurance of patience to yeah. What's up, Blackcast? We'll show you guys up as well, man, and kind of show you guys this page as well, so I don't forget, because I really love what you guys are doing over there with Andy and Lisa. You're absolutely amazing. Putting in work during these times when the markets are down. It's not the most exciting stuff, right? So let me get your guys' page up too, and I'll go over your guys' stuff and what you guys have been doing as well. I'm not sure if you guys can come up or whatnot, but I'll still get, because for what you guys are doing for the space and just calling it how you guys see it, I do want to give you guys your flowers and things like that, right? So appreciate you guys pulling up. I will show your guys' X account for sure, and your spaces, which I love tuning into them, and you guys do a really, really great job of giving people, not all the times what they want to hear, but what they have to hear, and sometimes that's not popular in the space. I think my channel would be more popular if I was just completely moon boy status, but sometimes we got to remove that moon boy status when the markets are not producing that. So 4 hour chart on CFX is how I produced that 180% trade. And I want to do that on Aster. I'm looking for the same little simple pattern for Aster to do the 1 hour and the 4 hour together, right? That's what I'm looking for Aster. It's going to be something similar like this, very choppy, and eventually produce this. And I closed that trade out down here. And it actually closed out like you can set it up on BYD, which is really nice. You can put the bar all the way up to 200%. I screenshotted it at 180, but it actually closed out down here when it hit the bottom, which is really, really cool, right? Now it could be turning around. I don't know. That's none of my business right now. I caught a nice short, and I think the markets are more short than anything else. So I'm looking for Aster to do the same thing for me, waiting for this 1 hour to give me my sell signal, but also waiting for this 4 hour chart to produce a rollover and give me that short so I can ride something down to the lower value range once again. All right. So I appreciate you guys pulling up and sharing the stream. You guys are always, without you guys, this is not, it's nothing without you guys, right? This channel is for you guys. I got two amazing people that I'm going to bring up right now that have been grinding. Like I said, if you guys are listening over on X right now, if you guys can come over to YouTube, I'm going to share some of those gains with you guys from that CFX trade on this giveaway tool. Like I said, just come over to YouTube and we'll see if maybe some of the other projects got anything that they can give away. I'll put a little bit of pressure on them. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. It's not a big deal because we're going to do it back to back no matter what. These Friday super streams are only going to get bigger and bigger. So make sure you guys keep tuning in over here. Giveaway tool live, hashtag XPX, because we have some cool things coming for sure. All right, let's go to something that's been really nice to see. I got two community members up here ready to go. Let's go to Art Vibe really quick. Let's go to Art Vibe, man. Shout out to Art Vibe. And then we'll have Recap coming up next, which we have their tool up in the chat, which is extremely bullish. We got the Recap X account right here. Let me actually grab this and just have it ready. Oh, we got a post right there. Let's see. Okay, we'll put this over here and then we'll have it ready for when you pull up, man. That's what it's all about, man. Honestly, let's just have this ready for you. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, there's you guys can use the private chat to get some things up here. But let's bring up Chrissy. Let's bring up Crypto Mike. Some people doing some great things in the space. First off, ladies first. Let's go to Chrissy. How are you doing today?
Hey, what's up? Good to be here.
Appreciate you pulling up, man. I really do.
Oh, you're stuck with me now, Rico.
It's all right. I think it's more the other way
I love
around.
your Friday stream. What's that?
No, I think it's more the other way around, but I like the idea that if somebody willing to be stuck around me, it's actually beautiful and it makes me feel good. So it's not even a bad thing. You know, usually it's hard to get anybody to be stuck around me. So the fact that I got Saphir, the XPX community, I got Crypto Mike up in here, I got you and recaps pulling up, and everybody's stuck with me on these super streams. I like it. It's really nice. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing actually pretty fantastic. I love crypto, so a red day doesn't bother me. Green days don't bother me. I'm just here building and grinding, and really proud of where we're at right now. So
awesome. I'm gonna share your guys' links, and then let's check up on Mike really quick and see how Mike has been doing. I know he's been helping out quite a bit. Mike's kind of all over the place, doing a lot of great things for not just Art Vibe, but for a lot of great projects as well. And really somebody who's been I like his vibe. Honestly, Mike, you're a good guy, and bumping into you in a couple of spaces have been really, really nice. But how are you doing today, Mike?
I'm doing very good, man, and it's been good watching you, actually.
Appreciate you, man. It's my pleasure, man. Is having a good time with everybody here. Just like Chrissy said, I really just love crypto. I really love the communities that pull up. I'm so close to a lot of people in the space, and I enjoy it, man. I don't know what I would do without the Saphirs or without a lot of the suits and ties that support the movement. And I think crypto is more exciting than the real world sometimes. So I enjoy doing this, and I love finding people who also enjoy doing this and pushing not just for themselves, but like what you guys are doing here for Art Vibe. You guys got something that's cool for your own ideas, but also for other people's ideas.
Well, and if I may, Crypto Mike's kind of a legend for us here at Art Vibe. He was the first one to actually put a collection on our platform, and he is now and he's entered in every contest. He has participated in the community in every way, shape, and form. He does some content for us, and Mike has been an awesome part of the team now. He's not just an NFT person or whatever. He's part of our team. So appreciate everything that he what he does for us, and he shows up to the spaces. He just shows up, and I love that. That's what it's about.
Awesome.
Those community members that just show up, show out day after day after day. It really makes a difference. So I just want to let him know how much I appreciate him. And he's going to talk about today. We have a special section on Art Vibe for music. You showed that last Friday, but now you get to experience it with Mike. He's got some songs on there that he wants to share. So might want to hand it over to him and see what he wants to talk about here.
Absolutely. Mike, let's jump right into it, man, and talk about what you got going on, brother.
Okay, I've got a few songs on there. My favorite one out of the few that I put on there is called Still Here. It's kind of a rap hip hop song.
Click the music tab.
That it's
yeah.
It's kind of a rap hip hop song about why soldiers join or fight. And there's another song. It's called "My Love, My Queen." It's actually about my wife.
Okay. Is
there a way? It's kind of a punk song.
So
is there a way that we can get a listen on this?
Yeah, Mint. Go to the Mint, and you will get a few second preview. It's over on the right-hand side. Click on Mint, on the Mint tab at the top there.
I have this one right here.
Where you see where you have
right here.
Yeah, click. There you go. And now see right there the little player. Click that. Yep. And then you can hear a little excerpt from the song.
Oh, we're not on OBS, so you guys might not be able to hear, but I can hear. Yeah. Oh. So I'm actually going to share this.
Yeah, so you get to listen to the song for a few seconds, see if you like it or not. And I think he has them priced at about $2.50. per song. It's really cool, and I think he's working on a full album right now. Is that correct, Mike?
Yep. Yeah, I'm working on a full album that's something I call xeniopunk, the genre.
Wow.
There's
Okay,
going
so
to be many different messages in it.
Okay. I mean, it sounds really good. And I think the space is evolving to where people are going to be doing a lot of music NFTs. I mean, the way that AI has been going and letting everybody, the last bull run, this was not as easy. You know, you had to find somebody, it's going to take you forever. But the fact that people can just whip up these ideas and put some things together, I think it's absolutely amazing and things like that. So,
yeah, but he's writing his lyrics. So he's writing his lyrics, and they're pretty meaningful to him. I'm going to speak for him right now. So like you said, one he wrote for his wife for Valentine's Day, so there's some meaning there. Being a disabled vet, military stuff is really close to his heart, so he's put out quite a few songs about his experiences with that and the collections that with Mr. Hodes with the vet project. I know Mike's involved with that. We've donated for that as well. So it's a lot of that stuff's around military. So his Valor Society collection that gives back to veterans. So there's other collections in there, not just his music, but his other NFTs that give back to disabled vets or various veteran related charity work, should I say. So you can do anything through an NFT, you guys, and always go in and read the descriptions. I urge you guys to, if you just like the picture, great. But a lot of the things that we see onboarded here, dropped here for collections, have some sort of utility. So go read the descriptions. What do the collections do? Do they do something for you? Do they do something for others, like charity? Some of them, like the raccoons, give back to the community, the holders. So there's all kinds of different stuff that goes on with these. So go read the descriptions. Take the time.
100%. 100%.
I see you keep landing on the Lots of Slots collection, man. I would love to see that 10,000 being minted out completely on the Lots of Slots collection. Yeah, there you go. We just had somebody win $20. We've already paid out $1,000 winner plus a bunch of 50s, 100s, and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun. There's still over $18,000 in prizes in there. Actually, 19 because we're gonna do a loser drawing at the end, right? When we'll pick out some winners. That have some losing NFTs that didn't win anything. So hopefully they'll get a little second chance drawing at the end when the full 10,000's minted out. There's 2 collections of 5,000. So yep, there's money in both of those. Tons of lots.
Let's win some of that money. That's what we want to do.
Absolutely.
What's the so this is the one you could just make an offer on, right? What's the just got to buy an NFT and you're into winning, right?
Either losing NFT. You don't want to offer to lose their NFT. But yeah, go in there. They're about $5 each, and you could win $5 to try again. You could win $20, $50, $100, or $1,000. And like I said, we've already had one $1,000 winner. There's a $50 winner right there. So
yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Honestly, there was yeah, it is fun. And honestly, the space is built around this now. A lot of people try to think that, slots or, this stuff is going to be going away. Like, people like to have some fun and to see if, like, if they play a little bit, maybe they can win a little bit more, right? And we're seeing that with the space. And I think, slots is definitely in the mix to make something happen. So if you guys are interested, if you guys are listening, and you guys are trying to, get some exposure to some NFTs, but some NFTs that could potentially give you guys something back, definitely come check this out. I know they're trying to mint this out right now. So
yeah, we really are. So this is a special collection, not only to give back to the people, but also it's going to help support Art Vibe in a way, because we're going to take some of those funds to actually add Solana onto the site. We have not built out Solana yet. And we do have staking coming. So staking NFTs. So you can come in and stake your NFT collection for a one-time yearly cost. That's it. One-time yearly cost. So it's just a matter of, paying for everything. I don't BS anybody. I don't try to pretend. And that's what this is going to do. It's going to help us continue to scale and add on and build. So that's, really the goal out of this. But I'm happy to share with the people minting. I really am. I'm happy to give back. I'm so excited to be able to give back $22,000 in total. Who does that? That's nuts.
Yeah. 22,000 in this market's nice, man. 22,000.
There's some
Yeah,
potential in there to make some money. Absolutely.
there's
And it's
definitely
fun.
no, it is fun. It's definitely some potential in there for sure.
Yep. So
Um, okay, nice, nice. I see the chat's going crazy. That's awesome. Mike, I want to hear a little bit more about your music NFTs. We got lots of slots. We cover them. You know, we cover them on the last stream as well. We do want these to get minted out. I want to see some winners hit this for sure. Speaking of winners, we do have the giveaway going right now. Hashtag XPX in the chat. You guys can win some soul. We're gonna have some fun with you guys in that and send you guys some soul to your Phantom wallet. But you know, this is the newest one right here that's coming to the channel. Actually, right here. Mike, you know, if you want to talk about a little bit of the inspiration, I know you talked about your wife, maybe a little bit about your background with the veteran things to let everybody know a little bit more about those who don't know about Mike and why maybe somebody would want to invest in Mike's movement.
Okay. I'm Crypto Mike. I used to be a Canadian Armed Forces, so I'm a CAF veteran. So from Canada. I was part of the artillery, so that's basically just, you know, it's artillery. You can look that up. But most of the songs that I like to try to do kind of portray like either camaraderie, like the camaraderie we had or I felt when I was in the military, or like the different emotions you go through, like the first time you get off a plane in a desert in a war zone. It's kind of that kind of emotions.
Man, I'm loving it, man. I'm sure that there's more to come too, because there's a lot of experience there. And you know, a lot of people, you know, we support the veterans as well, man. I think that's a huge sacrifice that people do. And it's not easy to do something like that, especially, you know, doing the artillery stuff. You know, that's pure infantry right there. You're seeing some real action, and not to take anything away from anybody else, because everybody is needed, whether you're a cook, whether you're, you know, doing this part or that part, you know, all of it's every man and woman is needed to make these things happen. But first off, you know, thank you for your service, you know, and doing what you do for, you know, I'm sure for your Canadians, right? Because you're Canadian. But it's also good to hear these stories come to life and actually see somebody that you might help somebody, right? Not everybody is, you know, that's gone through this. It's easy to speak about these things, right? And you know, it's so the fact that you can come out and maybe find help some veterans feel a home or feel safe and kind of remember some of the good things. And, you know, like you said, the camaraderie, you know, that's something that I'm familiar with. I like the camaraderie. You know, you got to have a good team. And yeah, bringing that into crypto is going to be really, really huge. That's what we're trying to do all the time, really. You know, we're trying to bring, you know, every project is, you know, you got your whole platoon basically, right? And it's like you got your guys that do this, you got your guys that do that. So there has to be that synergy within the community, and, you know, bringing some of this action into it is definitely extremely bullish and can help us during the hard times, because not all the time is the crypto market going to be, you know, where it's pumping up. It's actually, you know, could be sometimes where we gotta you know, hold arms together and let the markets do what the markets do. So like that, when the markets come back to us, we're ready to go.
Oh, exactly. I totally agree, man.
And Mike, how long have you been in crypto, brother? Is this your first NFT collection? You know, you've been in crypto this bull run. Were you in the last one?
No, this is actually my second run.
Okay.
I got in just before when Bitcoin went down from 70 the first time, the last bull run.
Got it, man. Well, it is nice to have you here, and I know you're doing a lot of cool things with Veteran Token. You know, we got them listed as well. I'm actually working on some things. I want to full steam some things, and maybe, you know, you guys can help out with that as well. I'm looking for some things here in Vegas to do. I already looked up some, because, you know, XPX has our donation widget, and I kind of want to make that thing go live and kind of do some things and just see it actually in use, and you know, basically just show, like, you know, where we got crypto doing some positive things, giving back to veterans. So if there's some organizations that you would like to see that go towards, or anything like that, just let me know. Because I will be moving some pieces very soon to make some of this stuff happen in the space. I was securing a whole bunch of domains and things like that, because, you know, I think crypto is time for us to do something positive. So, you know, your insight and your input would be huge for, you know, actually doing the right thing once we start to collect some of this cryptocurrency and donate it to the right places.
Oh, awesome. I'm always here, man. And as long as I can try to help one veteran, it's all for it, man.
Yeah, awesome, man. And maybe we could do something for you guys over there and get it going. And maybe you got an organization by you that you can use it. And you know, we want to help people hit their goals. We'll set the goals a little bit lower so people can actually tap in. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this. I think you're doing the right thing with Art Vibe, getting exposure on there. You know, this is the time for building. This is the time for building communities, whether it's through NFTs, whether it's through a meme coin, and getting everybody, you know, amped up for that. But it is a time for us to kind of come together and let the markets do what the market's going to do. It's really showing who wants to be here long term, and seeing you, you know, not only just launch an NFT and Art Vibe, but actually, you know, start rocking with Chrissy, which she's amazing. She's been in the space for already quite a bit as well. I really want to see this grow. And I just want to let everybody know, anybody who lists on Art Vibe, you know, you get your project up on here, you guys are welcome to come up every Friday if you guys want to come up and show. There is going to be some things. I know right now, you know, it's pretty open and stuff, but pretty soon there's going to be where there's a lot more projects, a lot of new listings. So, you know, if you guys want to start to secure these spots for sure, take advantage of that, because we're going to be locking in a lot of new projects that are being listed on the blockchain and bringing them on stage. So Mike and Chrissy, you guys are absolutely amazing. Chrissy, do you have anything else for people on Art Vibe? You know, those who are new, maybe they didn't catch the last stream, just to talk a little bit more about Art Vibe, those who probably want to list their project, get their NFT on here. I know we're mentioning that, hey, they can pull up on Fridays, kind of do this super stream, but what else can some of these people expect, you know, with listing and getting their projects on Art Vibe and these NFT projects?
Well, we really appreciate people. You know, I've been in this space a long time, and I appreciate every support, every dollar. I don't take it for granted. So we support those that are using our platform. So, you know, we're happy to do some video content. We're happy to do some posts for them. Again, bring them up here with you, Rico. We appreciate your help with that to help support not only Art Vibe, but the people, you know, putting their NFT collections out on there. And you're welcome to come into our spaces. We'll come into yours. Whatever help you need, we will be there for you. So don't be shy. We are happy to. So yeah, join the Telegram, follow us on Twitter, and we'll be there. That, you know, you're not going to get that support anywhere else. You really won't.
Awesome.
And Rico, you know, I didn't plan on doing a giveaway today, but I'm going to. So two people, I will send them $10 of BNB. All right, so that they can go mint out 2 of the Lots of Slots collection, see if they can win $50, $100, whatever, or maybe they'll lose. You never know. Good luck, everybody. But yeah, I'll send 2 people $10 to try their luck at the Lots of Slots collection. It's posted in here. I saw that you put the direct link up, so thank you for that. So anybody can follow. And so 2 people. But yeah, I want to see a hashtag Art Vibe, a hashtag Crypto Mike out there, and pick a couple winners. Can you do that, Rico?
Absolutely. And you know what I'll do is, you guys got to you can pick them out of the chat. We're running this giveaway right now. Maybe we just pull this giveaway and kind of we'll run the Art Vibe one right now, but I'm going to share you guys' Telegram group, so like that everybody can stay tapped in. Awesome. And then we'll pull this giveaway, since you're doing a little giveaway, and we'll have another one running in the background as we talk to Recap Bot, which I'm looking forward to that, because like I said, we got them on our in RTG as well. So we got 37 people. Let's do this first giveaway of some Solana, all of those who got in, and then we're going to do another one. Let's run this right now. If I win, I'll double it and give it to the next person. Let's see what we got going on right here, man. Occupy Mars is probably going to win. This guy doesn't play around. Oh, we got Jess right here. Shout out to Jess. Suits and ties right there. I mean, it's nice to see it going to, you know, people have just been rocking us for quite a bit, man. Honestly, appreciate you pulling up, Jess, blessing us with your presence and having us in this chat very hyped up and putting hashtag XPX. It is greatly appreciated. The engagement goes a long way, helps the algorithm. You know, if you guys can engage on X, engage on YouTube, you know, asking, you know, we got to ask these things for you guys, but hopefully you guys can have a lot of fun with us while we're doing and bugging you guys about this. So what we're going to do is hashtag Art Vibe, and we're actually going to do it the right way with this time, with a Y, you know.
Yes, please.
So Art Vibe with a Y. Oops.
Everything we do is vibe with a Y.
Everything we do is art with a vibe, or Y with a vibe, or Art Vibe with a vibe. So we'll get this one going right now. Like I said, everybody right now, go ahead and put hashtag Art Vibe in the chat. We'll run 2 of these giveaways while I'm talking to, you know, Recap and things like that. But Mike, I want to give you a chance as well. You know, maybe if you got some last words or anything like that, somebody who, you know, your personal experience on getting on Art Vibe, and why somebody else might want to get on it and do kind of what you're doing right now.
Okay, I can talk about Art Vibe. Every collection that I put on there has been seamless and easy, and actually, I've been doing all my stuff on mobile, so that'll show you how easy it is. And I've liked every time. Like, I've had very few problems, and even if I've had problems, Chrissy's always there in the support chat, or I'm there. But if somebody's always there to fix the problem, so it's awesome.
Yeah, customer service is huge, man. A lot of people don't think, because I got the title of just like the KOL or YouTuber, but people don't understand how many hours I spend in the back end, just like helping people with their cards, helping people out with bill payments. It is a huge amount of work that goes into the back end of, especially we got quite a bit of people, a lot of clients and things like that, and not every time everything works perfectly. There's hiccups. You guys have seen where whether it's the most biggest company or the smallest company, there's times where you got to be there for your client, man, and to push that. That's what's actually, and I'll tell you guys, one of the reasons why we've been able to expand so much as far as a project like XPX is because when there was an issue, you fix the issue, or you come up with something that's going to be catered to that person, right? So first we came out with the 150K Visa cards, and yeah, they're working in most places, but in some places they didn't. So then you're coming out with your MasterCards, right? Because you're learning as you're going, and instead of shying away and being like, oh my God, it's a problem. No, you really get paid for solving problems. Like, one of my main things is, like, if you can solve $1 billion problem, they'll pay you $100 million. So I never shy away from, constructive criticism or, listening to the client. And, a lot of times, like I said, I get the title, the KOL or the YouTuber, but, on the back end of XPX, there's Slack messages. I'm talking to people around the world, adding people, we got over 80,000 companies on bill payments. That takes a lot of time, a lot of back end communication and things like that. But for you guys to have that and to have that open, for people to be able to reach out and you guys, either fix that right away or help somebody, and walk them through the steps. That's huge. That's really huge, because that's how you do, those 2 years. That's how you make that happen.
Oh, exactly. It's all, as long as we do it together.
That's what's up. So I appreciate you guys pulling up. We got the next project. I'll do these giveaways, and if you guys want to just sit back and listen and stay in the studio, that's okay as well. Like that, you guys can snatch up the names of the people who win. I'll have them join your Telegram, but we'll do 2 giveaways for Art Vibe, and then yeah, they should be joining your Telegram, man. That's what it's all about.
Awesome.
Every time. Yeah, no, every time that I've done that, I've seen people, come closer to XPX, people add to the bags. Yeah, some people sell. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, you know what? I've seen people where they stick around, and we found a lot of great community members just because, like, you know what? They join our Telegram. They're like, this is a great vibe, no pun intended. So thank you guys so much, Chrissy. Thank you so much, Crypto Mike. You guys are more than welcome up here. Let all your community members know, whoever's listening on Art Vibe, or if you guys are listening live right now or later on, because I know it's late for some of the people like in Dubai, which we're still going to share. We're going to share Kendu and talk about Kendu a little bit as well, because they got something really big coming up tomorrow. I want to support that. But like I said, man, this is all about you guys right now. So thank you, Crypto Mike. Thank you, Chrissy. You guys are more than welcome to stay in the studio and listen in. And like I said, anybody listening on Art Vibe, or you guys want to get some exposure coming onto these super streams, let me know. I just want you guys to win. Let me know what communities, if you're listening on Art Vibe, or whether you're another NFT project that's doing their thing, just let me know. So like that, I could help get you guys that exposure. So appreciate you guys pulling up and really speaking up for your communities. Also continuously just building. It's not easy when everybody wants charts to go up and they want things to be minted out right away. It's like right now is the development stage. The rest will come. Everything is very circular, right? Right after summer, you got some fall. Right after fall, you got some winter. You got some summer. You got some spring. You got some summer. Like the seasons change, fam. And as long as you just stay evolving with the seasons, you plant seeds when you're supposed to plant seeds, you water seeds when you're supposed to water seeds, they will bear their fruit when it's time to bear fruit. Okay, right now we're in the planting
3 years.
seeds. What's up,
Rico? We've been here 3 years. I'm with you, man. Build and grow. Yeah, I don't look at the charts. I just keep building. I just keep growing. We pivot when we need to, and we just stay steady. Full bore ahead, whatever you want to say. Yep. So I'm with you, on the same page with you, hun.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Thank you guys so much for pulling up. I'm going to drop you guys down, bring up the next project. I'll manage these giveaways and have some fun with your guys' community. Have them tap in. Thank you guys so much, man. We got our next project that we're going to be bringing up. Let me get the link ready for them, man. This is actually something that I'm using and I'm seeing, and I got to give them some credit. It's been getting it's been picking up, man. I mean, I've been seeing this thing grow in almost everybody's community. There's some really cool things coming with this one right here. We're gonna talk about Recap, fam, and I mean, it's kind of taken the stage by storm when it comes to like actual use case and people using it. You know, you got Lisa talking about it, you got XPX talking about it. I see community after community using it. What's going on here with Recap? May I ask who is speaking on behalf of Recap today?
Rico,
hey, how's it going,
what's up, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. How you doing?
It's Pepe X, as I know on Twitter. I'm the dev behind the project. This is my baby that I've been working on for the last 5 months. And yeah, as you just said, what an intro. It is rolling out. It is getting out there quickly now, isn't it? The word is spreading.
I like that. I really like that. I'm happy to have, and I got to say, this is the thing, like, if it wasn't what it was, I would just say it's not that. But honestly, we've seen, you know, plugging it in, seeing the success. And I think this is why it's doing so good, Mr. Pepe. It's and where we're seeing people actually like it, because we're it's almost undeniable, right? Even XPX, they're having so much fun that, you know, the chat is staying so active that now we're seeing people's real colors where, you know, the chat sometimes it's unhinged. I'm like, whoa, everybody's active, but now we're talking about things. I'm like, okay, this is not my conversation. Let me keep it professional. But I gotta say, it's been letting people have a lot of fun and just talk to each other, right? And that's sometimes what we got to do, man. But for those who don't know about Recap, for those who don't have Recap in their Telegram or haven't experienced it, can you give us kind of a little bit of an introduction? What made you want to start this? You know, what kind of was like the idea behind it? You know, how it started, and then we'll talk a little bit about where it's at right now and where it's going.
You know what? I think this has been my favorite introduction to date. So shout out to yourself there. You've pretty much done my job for me, but I will dive in and give everyone an overview. Also, you talked about giveaways. I popped one in the chat. If you scroll down a little bit, I'm going to give away one free boost, and I'm going to be talking about what boosts do in a moment's time. But basically, that's going to give your community free ad space to over 135,000 people for a week for free. All you've got to do is follow ourselves, Recap This Bot. Obviously, follow the host, Rico, and then also install Recap This Bot in your Telegram, and you can win free ad space for a week for your community. It's that simple. But yeah, I'll dive in and tell everyone a bit about Recap This Bot. So yeah, I mean, you kind of set it up, but I'll dive in, as I said. So Recap is the always-on AI that basically lives in your Telegram chat. It's one assistant with one interface, and it has endless utility. It understands your project. It understands the culture, the community. It explains, it supports, even when your admins are offline. So over time, Recap stops feeling like that tool that you've got in your Telegram, that standard bot, and really starts to feel like a living community member. It's obviously called Recap, but it does a lot more than just recap your chat. As you know, it is the ultimate engagement tool and so much more. It turns those busy, chaotic conversations into clear, digestible content. It answers questions instantly using the chat history. It can translate messages into any language. You can even set the bot up in a completely different language. It drives engagement, as you said. If you want to play games, if you want it to roast someone, if you want to do a quiz, if you want to do role play, there's no limits to the creativity with Recap. It tracks activity, sentiment, trending topics. You get free marketing via Recap Trending. And finally, it acts as an always-on support layer. When your admins are offline, if someone's new to your chat and they want to know what's going on, if you need to battle FUD, but the team's not online, it does it all. Whatever you need, Recap has got your back. That's Recap in a nutshell. And many do say, in the space, like, good tech, but why should you be bullish on the project? Why should you grab a bag of Recap? And this is, to me, is the reason why I believe Recap will grow and grow and grow and beat all expectations. I've been developing Recap for 4 or 5 months. And over that time, I've been doing it openly. I've been getting feedback from the community and just adding more features and functionality. And in that space, we've built a solid foundation. We're already in over 250 groups. I think we're almost approaching 300 groups now. That gives us, as I mentioned, a total audience reach of 135,000 plus. So we've tokenized 2 weeks ago. We have real utility. We're in over 250 groups, and we have a massive audience reach. How often do you get that when a token has just come out? It's rare in this space, right? Yeah. But basically, that leads me on to the kind of final point there, and that is we introduced a thing called Recap Boosts. And what that does, and that's what I'm giving away in the pinned tweet, so please do get involved with that competition, guys. It allows your project to advertise to that audience of 135,000 for just 0.1 sol. 0.1 sol, and you get to advertise your community for a week to 135,000. There is no other marketing platform in Web3 that gives that kind of value. Not only that, we decentralize the approach to marketing. Whenever a community installs Recap This Bot, that community gets its own wallet. And what I mean by that is, if your dev can't afford 0.1, you know, not everyone's got money, right? Why should a dev have to always spend, you know, to trend? Why should they have to spend all the marketing? Or why should you have to trust a stranger with your funds, you know, whilst you get those funds together for the marketing? We've decentralized that process. Every chat that installs Recap This Bot has their own wallet. As I've mentioned, it's 0.1 sol for a boost. But if you wanted to send $1 to that wallet, you can send $1. When that 0.1 is hit, the boost is activated, your ads go out, and the whole process is decentralized. So the whole community can come together, boost for value that you've never seen before in this space. So we really are heating things up with that. And I obviously am giving a boost away right now. So please do get involved with that. And obviously follow Rico, follow ourselves, and most importantly, get Recap This Bot installed in your Telegrams. 50% of boosts and ad revenue go back to buybacks and burns. Now it might not seem a lot here, but you know, we're 2 weeks in. We're set at around 250K market cap. We've already done 3 sol buy just from the ad revenue. That's just going to continue to grow day on day as we expand our audience and get more communities involved. So you can imagine, you know, being sat at this market cap, if the sol buys keep flowing in, just think of the impact that's going to have on the chart. Not only that, premium users also need to hold 100,000K recap in their wallets, and that gives them extra queries, extra recaps, and so on as well. So there's loads of kind of things set in place to motivate people to grow a bag, and obviously not only grow a bag, but push the project out there and get more installs. And that kind of leads me on to the final thing. More groups means a larger audience for us. A larger audience means more revenue, and more revenue means more buybacks and burns. So by grabbing a bag right now at 250K, promoting the project to your groups, telling them to do boosts, you know, to take advantage of that value we're offering, you're pumping your own bags. It's like a snowball effect. It's been designed to snowball. It's the ultimate flywheel, and that is Recap. In fact, you know what? I'll tease you actually, Rico.
Go ahead.
It started in Telegram, right? It started in Telegram. We're in the niche currently of crypto Telegram. Crypto Telegram's massive, but realistically, it's a small fraction of the amount of normal Telegram communities out there. Recap isn't limited to crypto. We could be in any Telegram community. So imagine the potential reach. Not only that, the infrastructure is in place to move outside of Telegram. We will be moving into Discord in the future. We will be moving beyond Discord. Just think about how big this can get and think about where we're currently at. We're at a 250 grand market cap. Think about the potential ad revenue, think about the exposure, even think about the data that Recap has access to. You could do targeted ads for Web2 companies. We're in a really unique position and we're just getting started. So, you know, if you haven't got Recap in there in your group, get it in there. There's tons of utility, all for free. Just get it installed and then take advantage of the ad reach as well. As I said, nowhere else gives away boosts for 0.1 to that kind of audience. So go and boost it. Well, you know what? The order I suggest you do then, grab a bag of Recap, then go tell all your friends, get it in all their communities, then tell them to get boosts, and that money is going to pour back into your bag. So there you go. That is Recap.
That's sexy, man. I like that. That's a great shill, brother. That's great, man. I want to go over some things because I like the tease part. You know, like somebody said, Rico loves the tease. I mean, why not? Let's have a little bit of fun, right? But I think something that's cool is that you see the ability to scale, right? Because like you kind of mentioned and you teased a little bit. I've seen where like a lot of this stuff, you know, people focus only on Telegram, but the fact that this can scale into being able to tap into Discords and tapping into other social media platforms is where I've seen a lot of people always have a lot of difficult, you know, doing or being able to roll it out. So the fact that, you know, not only can we tap into Telegram, but we can actually tap into Discord, but also where it's not stuck only being on crypto things, right? Like sometimes we get our horse blinders on and we only think that this stuff is only used for crypto, but why not market this to other people? You know, this could be used for anything. It could recap and help people talk about gold prices. It can recap and talk about silver prices. It could be basically put anywhere. It could be about
And it's
you know, it's
yeah,
endless,
I mean,
brother.
it's anything. And you know, some prime examples you've just said there, like user cases, which I think are really not being touched on that much, but like in trading groups, right? People share
Mhm.
strategies all the time. But you know, you have who wants to go scrolling through, you know, to read everyone's strategies? You can literally just say, you know, recap what have been the most successful strategies this week. You know, what did they play? What was their kind of thinking behind it? And it will literally dive into that info, summarize it for you. And if you want to, you know, if you have further follow-up questions, just ask it. You know, take me to the raw message. Like it's an AI bot like no other, you know, and a lot of hard work has gone into not just the kind of tech behind it, but also the ecosystem surrounding it. It's designed to market itself. It isn't just designed to be a good tool. It's designed to be a business, you know, and I'm seeing it as a business. I'm not seeing it as like a crypto token. I'm seeing it. I want to make my money through the ad revenue. I don't want to sell my bags. I want to make this a business which is all over and is, you know, the big income is coming through those ads and through the boosts. That's the vision.
100%, brother, man. I'm loving the sound of it. And I also want to add something to it because, you know, why not add something to it? But I do want to offer Recap and those who are listening on Recap the ability, because, you know, I'm seeing a lot of projects list on there. Like I said, it's got a really great snowball effect. And I see why. Like, honestly, since we plugged it in, you know, if it wasn't, fam. I'll just be honest with you guys. But if you guys got any questions, go to their Telegram, join their Telegram, but also join maybe one of your groups that's already using it. I've been seeing XPX go crazy using this thing. I mean, the community has a mind of their own now. I go in there and there's like 200 and something messages, 300 and something messages, you know, and it's just, you know, they're just having fun with it. And sometimes, you know, that's what we actually need. So I do want to offer up, you know, all projects that are using Recap or newly listed projects to have the ability to actually look forward to, hey, I got, you know, listed on Recap. I'm using Recap. Not only are we getting this marketing, but maybe we could start to offer this up through Recap as well, where, you know, these projects can also be a part of these super streams where it's not just, hey, I got, you know, yeah, we got all this marketing going on through the Recap stuff, but hey, we also going to let you guys come up, you know, on the super stream. And I think a lot of cross-pollination like this and collaboration is how we make our things grow, right? Because people want to hear that. Yeah, I mean, why not? And it's like, I'm personally speaking from, you know, the dev of XPX, but the YouTuber as well, I guess, all these different entities that we got. But I mean, why wouldn't we want, like, if I got, let's say, somebody that's listening right now, it's like, okay, I got this Telegram bot and it's awesome. I'm getting these boosts and things like that. But we can also look forward that, hey, we got listed on Recap on Monday. Guess what? They're tapped into Rico Money Bags, and we can do a big, you know, show and talk about, hey, we just got listed on Recap. We're using this, and pull up to the Friday stream, because I like to do ripple effect marketing. Sometimes I feel like marketing's done and it's like a big boulder landing on the ground. It's like, it should be that because I got, you know, Recap listed, that it also comes with all this other stuff, right? And that's how you keep people intrigued. So I want to offer that up to you. It's up to you guys how you guys want to play that and offer this up to the communities. But we're not asking for nothing, man. We just want really active communities that want to have some fun and show off what they got. Pull up to these.
I love it. Like honestly, I'm going to be straight in your DMs and we're going to sort something out. Like, honestly, yeah. You know, you've touched on everything there, but like one final thing I want to say in regards to kind of what you just mentioned. We do have a thing called Recap Trending, and it's free, basically. It's trending like no other. As soon as you install Recap, this bot, it starts analyzing the chat, and it's looking for hype. It's looking for growth in numbers. It's looking for, you know, how quickly things are changing, how the heat's kind of picking up. That works for free. So as soon as you install the bot, and it's found so many gems so far, like, you know, tokens as they start, they're installing Recap, and then the algorithm's seeing like a sudden spike, and it's like, damn, this community's heating up. Either they're dropping soon, or like, you know, there's a lot of like energy around there, and it's picking up on that early. So we're finding the best gems in crypto as well. So all you've got to be, you know, to be part of that is get it installed in your group. If you think you've got the energy and you're going to ride through the trending, get it involved. And it means people like me, you know, other space hosts out there can look at that list and think, you know, what's hot at the moment? Who do I need to check out? Like, who do we need to get on your show to speak about, you know, what they're building and what the community's doing? So like, yeah, like I hope, you know, we can work together to pick some gems out from there and, you know, showcase them on shows like this.
100%. That's that ripple effect that I really love, because it's like, imagine the momentum that something can pick up, and I remember, I caught a little bit of wind of what you're talking about right now. I think this tool can actually be used in multiple ways, like just in the DJing group, right? You're being able to pick up, because like you said, when a project's first starting off, that TG is just hype, and that's a signal in itself, right? So let's say that you're not a token, but is this something like, let's say somebody's just a call channel, maybe they would want to put this into their call channel, right? So you can see how there's so many different variables. Has anybody explored kind of that idea where it's just a call channel that's just waiting for...
honestly, like literally, it's like people use it as their own kind of hype, man. We're in a few call channels, and I've gone in there a few times and been like, recap, for the last week, and it's like they called this and that, it did X amount of numbers, this is when they pinned it, and it's like your hype, man, like. And then obviously if people are engaging with that calls channel and there's messages flying around and energy, you're going to see them on trending. More people are going to find out about your calls channel. There's literally kind of unlimited potential with this kind of surrounding ecosystem, and it's all for free. It's all for free. It's just powered by ads. And that's why I think you're starting to see that snowball effect. We're not charging anyone. We're literally telling people to market it for free because they want to grow their bags. All they've got to do is own some recap, and this cycle will grow and grow and grow. And I think, we're going like way beyond the millions. Maybe I'm cocky, maybe I'm naive, but I believe in this project and I believe in the potential of it. And like, there's nothing to prove wrong so far. I also forgot to add, actually, we did launch on bags. So we're giving 50% of trading fees back to our top 100 holders as well. So, everyone that's in there right now, if you look at our chart, it's diamond handed, right?
Yeah.
So people are waiting for those, they're waiting for those buybacks and those burns. They're waiting for those trading fees. We're literally round the corner from the trading fees as well. I think it's the first, we're going to hit 10 SOL in trading fees soon, and that's going to be distributed across the top 100 wallets. So if you're not a holder already and you don't have a bag of recap, now is the time to get in that top 100 and, and enjoy those dividends, and then buy more recap and then tell your friends.
And I just want to touch on something really quick, because I'll touch on that in a second, but I do want to say, just speaking on the chart really quick, yeah, diamond hand holders and this type of market, this is a great looking chart. Like, this is an easy chart. Maybe the markets hit you really bad, but you could definitely sprinkle this. You guys are sprinkling every other crazy thing that's not really doing anything. I mean, this is, obviously we'll get the cliche out the way. It's not financial advice, but something cruising at 243K, go jump around and multiple telegrams. You're seeing this thing. Honestly, I'm just speaking from what I'm seeing. I'm telling you guys what I'm seeing, right? And it's getting a lot of traction. So it's like, you can see this thing obviously getting a lot higher. Not financial advice. This thing could do whatever it does, but when you're seeing the markets test everybody like this, you have to take to account, it's not always about something just catapulting up. It's how something can hold when the rest of the markets are scared as F, right? And it's like, when you see something like this, it's like, okay, I see determination. I see people that have a long vision. I see not only does the team want to take this further, but also the community is behind this. And obviously it's a community that's tapped into a plethora of other communities. So there's no way that this thing gets stuck in some kind of echo chamber like most projects do, whether it's getting stuck, because let's be honest about it. This is not stuck to Solana, right? This is getting exposure to BNB projects like, XPX on the BNB chain. This is getting exposure to maybe XRP Ledger projects that are using the recap. Maybe Ethereum projects most likely are using the recap. So you're seeing a project that is on the Solana chain, but its utility has scalability, right? A lot of the things that I do with XPX is always focus on not ending up like Easter Island and getting stuck on some kind of echo chamber where we're the only ones talking to each other, because you want to be able to provide solutions to the Solana people. You want to be able to provide solutions to Ethereum people, whoever it might be, because that's how we're going to scale this thing up. So this chart is looking really good. And then the second thing I want to touch on really quick that you kind of mentioned right now, for those who are not familiar and probably never heard of it before, what is this bags thing, right? This is launched via bags, and just a little bit of background of this, why you choose that, why people should be happy that that's something that you chose to run with recap, and that's probably why everybody's holding, because they're waiting for some of this stuff to happen.
So bags is basically the same as kind of like something like pump.fun, but the main thing they can do, the main thing they're offer, the main reason they're like USP, I guess, is the fact that you can launch a token and associate it with an X account. So people were like, I believe the reason that bags got set up was, so if you think like a developer, for example, or someone who created like the real Pepe, didn't get the rights to it. It wasn't, the funds never went to him. He never got any fees. So on bags, someone could set up something like the real Pepe and then link, the actual artist X account. And it means that the artist is then going to get the actual fees, the trading fees. So it's a way of giving back to, like, the real developers, the people that actually deserve the credit for their projects, but also like for real businesses to have that revenue stream. You know, those trading fees are going back into the business, or you can split them among the holders. So what we're doing 50% from trading fees is going back to the holders, top 100, and obviously 50% is going back into the business. So this allows it allows us to run it more as a business instead of doing like a pump fund launch and just having to, you know, grab all the supply. It means that it's going to be consistent. It's just going to help as another revenue stream basically for the business. That's the reason we chose that.
Man, very nice, man. And some stuff I'm going to even dive into a little bit more myself, but man, this thing's been looking really good. 14 days old, great looking chart. I mean, great person to come up here and represent it. I mean, what a way to roll something out. And in 14 days, the way that it's going, I mean, it looks really, really cool. I like this. I see a lot of people posting Art Vibe. Let me go ahead and do this giveaway just to keep the community engaged, man. I know everybody's waiting for the first giveaway right here. Let's give that out really quick. But man, I'm really loving what you guys are doing. Like I said, I would love to see a lot of the projects and offer that up. You know, we'll talk on the back end about that. But I mean, just what the, oh my God, man.
It's a fix. It's a fix.
Hashtag rigged in the chat right now. That's what everybody's going to say. Hashtag rigged in the chat. But super cool. Jess, you're the winner again. Send me a DM. I know you're from XPX, but we're going to do another one for fun. And we're going to put hashtag rigged. Because, you know, why not? And it's crypto stuff, and this is what we do, and like that, it can collect some new ones. So this is going to be for Art Vibe again. We'll do hashtag. That's hashtag. We'll probably bring some attention to something else if we do that. But hashtag rigged because it's hilarious, and we're crypto degens, and that's what it is. And I think that's funny that she won twice. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Jess, if you can, go ahead and join the Art Vibe chat, and yeah, man, I think it's pretty cool. So hashtag rig in the chat. I'm gonna try to win myself. If I win, I'll add some BNB to that giveaway so you guys can try to win some more. I just want you guys to win. And like I said, I'm doing my personal soul giveaway that I did from that short that we got on CFX. Nice little short that we did. And it's all good, man. We're grinding, whether it's teaching you guys some TA, whether it's bringing you guys great projects, whether, you know, we're keeping you guys engaged in the TG for your groups with something like, you know, recap. You know, we're grinding here together so we can shine here together, man. That's really what it's all about, man. Recap, I think you've done an absolutely fantastic job on what recap is about. I mean, from head to toe on recap right now, honestly, this is you guys are doing really good, man. And kudos to you and congratulations. I know it takes a lot of work behind the scenes. Most people think it's just, okay, I'm gonna do this, do that, and then bam, it's like, no, it's sleepless nights, long days, lots of coffee and caffeine, whatever form of it might be, whether it's energy drinks or, you know, a bunch of coffee. It takes a lot, but shout out to you, man. Any
you know what's funny? Like I openly developed, so I've not really, I'll keep this short and sweet, but like I started developing this bot like kind of, as I said, like probably 5 months ago now. And the reason was, same situation as you. I would wake up to a Telegram group and there'd be thousands of messages. I was like, oh, how am I going to catch up on this? So I started developing it as a tool for myself. And then from then, I kind of, you know, people were supporting it like it's really cool. And we kind of just built on it together. People were feeding back. And I've done it all open on Telegram. So if you scroll back through our Telegram chat history, there's me testing it at 5 a.m. in the morning, stressed out, you know, like not being able to get something to work or tweaking something. And like, it's just become like a real solid community because of that. And, you know, and that community now is just growing day by day because we're interacting with all those different communities, all those different space hosts. And like, I will say as a kind of final thing, we are, you know, my DMs are full at the moment. I think we're starting to see that snowball effect, and we're wanting to work with people like yourself, those people of not influence, because I hate the term coals, but you know, the people that are connected with the real communities and real projects. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, they're all buying bags. And what's gonna happen is every community that speaks in your spaces, they're gonna be like, what's this bot? Why should we get it? So I think we're going to see like the recap effect happen. And you know, we've got some cool announcements in the pipeline. We're working with some awesome people. And like, we need to sort something out, definitely. But yeah, it's been awesome to be with you today. And like, thanks for obviously being an amazing host.
Man, thank you so much for the kind words, man. You've done a fantastic job. Recap is looking really good. Everybody's bullish on it at this point. It's like, it's basically doing, you know, I like something that sells itself, right? Where you just go up and just say what it's been doing, right? It doesn't have to be where you don't have to shove it down somebody's throat, right? It's kind of, you know, somebody's got two hands on it because they love it that much, right? And that's what's going on with Recap. This thing's honestly just been doing it itself, but to have you come up here, some really cool things that we can do for community, some things that they can look forward to, you know, and their chat can go crazy. Hey, this week we got a super stream and we're going to be doing this. It's just more about adding that value, because I'm a firm believer, and I think Recap is a perfect example of what's going on with one of my philosophy is like, if you provide enough value to the marketplace, it will provide value to you. Like if you do the right thing and you give somebody the products and services and you fill a gap, like most people just want the easy way out. They don't want to go the hard way and provide something that's actually going to be valuable. Well, you know, they're only thinking about extraction, but Recap is a perfect example of that philosophy where you're filling a gap. You're helping people with something that's needed, right? If you solve $1 billion problem, I'll pay you $100 million. I don't care. What's that out of $1 billion? So, you know, Recap has really filled a gap as far as filling up a problem that, you know, a lot of TGs were having, and you're seeing where that's coming back, and you can't fake that. You know, you can see people on X and, you know, people do all this kind of crazy stuff to get engagement. You got all these people, but at the end of the day, this is just selling itself, and to have you pull up and represent everybody is awesome.
You've got to remember, like, even in a bear market, there will always be projects. And the thing is, they will need engagement in their telegrams more than ever. They'll need to keep the communities alive, you know, and that's what Recap is there for that. And it's there to give them the marketing still. So no matter what happens to the market, this tool will always be there. There'll always be a revenue stream coming in. And even if the market's dead, we're going to be buying back and building that supply. So, you know, you want to sell, you sell, but we're going nowhere.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. What a fantastic moment for Recap pulling up on the super stream. Always welcome to come up here. And if you guys are listening and you guys are thinking about, hey, I want to get Recap, and it's free, man, sign up. There's also some free boosts going on right now. There's a giveaway where you guys can get tapped into that, but you also get some more marketing. Not only do you get this free training bot, you get listed on this thing, man. We're going to be talking about you guys on Friday. So then you can come up, show your website off. You know, we can share your links. I also snip and clip all this stuff. So we're posting all this. This stream is not just on YouTube and X. Like after I'm done with these streams, we clip all this stuff and we're posting it on TikTok. So you're not only just getting marketing in your TG if you're using, you know, the Recap bot, you're also getting marketing on YouTube if you're using the Recap bot. You're also getting a fresh broadcast for your investors that are on X, but you're also gaining exposure to shorts, YouTube shorts, because I put those clips on YouTube shorts as well, which actually do a really, really good. Some of the shorts really get crazy amount of views, but we also post it on TikTok. So now you're getting all this like explosion on all these. Now you're going from Telegram to X to YouTube to TikTok. I mean, that's pretty good. And the rest should kind of do itself, right? Whether you got investors that are more bullish on TikTok and that's where they like to engage, well, you got something for them, right? Because they got all this stuff that they talked about on the stream that they can go check out and share and, you know, get some engagement, or it's on X or it's on YouTube. And that's what you want to do. You want to be able to cast a big enough net and create this ripple effect where this thing's going kind of just making noise nonstop. So, you know, just let you guys know, we'll get some more details for you guys and get you guys kind of into that group and get you guys some of that extra marketing. But I think this is something really cool. And one of the reasons why I want to get behind it, get you guys some extra exposure and kind of just make it that much louder, right? And it's already loud. It's already doing fantastic. But now you guys can also look forward to, hey, I got listed on here and I'm getting all this extra exposure that your community can engage with, whether they're on TikTok, X, or YouTube. You guys get a piece of that. So very cool to have you up here, man. Thank you, Mr. Pepe, Sir Pepe, pulling up for the community and really, you know, really pulling up for all the communities. You know, this is not just about Recap. This is about every single project using Recap. And that's pretty amazing. That's really providing value to the marketplace, brother.
Thank you, buddy. Pleasure to be here. And like, obviously, thanks again for having us. I have got to shoot off now, but honestly, as well, if there's any communities that come on the space tonight that you love, like, give them a shout out. I'll throw a boost their way as well. You know, sharing's caring, but I appreciate you and I'll catch you soon, my man.
Absolutely, brother. It was a true pleasure. I'm going to go ahead and bring you on down, man. And then we're going to get this next giveaway, the one for #rigged. And then we're going to talk about XPX, man. Some big things going on behind the scenes. Been talking to some devs to develop some things. Like I said, we have secured some domains as far as XPX. And, you know, we got a powerful donation widget, man. We got to, you know, GoFundMe with a $40 billion market share. We got to get creative. We can't just wait around for Web3 to think about what Web3 wants to do. Jamal, what's up, brother, man? This is another winner that pulls up all the time. Jamal, you're going to have to join the Telegram for Art Vibe, man. And you got a chance, like I said, to get some of that action and possibly win some money, man. There's some money sitting on the table with those slot NFTs, so you guys don't want to miss out on that. But we got Jamal right here. Big shout out to you. Join the Art Vibe Telegram if you guys can. Let me get that Telegram for you guys. Man, what a great stream. What a great amount of people. And we're going to get more projects. I'm also talking to another group of people that has a lot of exposure. I'm going to talk about them a little bit more on the stream right now. Shout out to Cappy Today, somewhere where we have XPX showing off, and I'm going to do a shill on that as well. Also talk about Kendu next. Maybe I got a lot of my Kendu fam hopefully still in here, because I'm going to be talking for your guys' bag, man. I've been bullish on Kendu for years. We're not fading Kendu because we don't fade that type of community, man. You just don't do that. Those type of communities are why these markets exist, is why, you have a permissionless brand that's, that freaking amazing, that has all that exposure. Let me get the 1 second. We got Blackcast as well, man. We still got some shilling to do, fam. Hopefully you guys are not ready to get out of here, but we definitely got some shilling to do still. Let me get this Telegram ready for you guys. Join this Telegram, Jamal. Tap in with them. This is what it's all about. You see, we're pulling up people that just want you to win. There's going to be more projects. If you think about this, the more projects we get up here, this is why I tell you guys, like, everybody reposting this, everybody getting engaged. You don't think that if we get more projects, I'm not asking these projects to give me the giveaways. I want these projects to give it to you guys. So like I said, the bigger we make these streams, the bigger the giveaways are going to get, because the more projects are going to pull up, whether it's a trending bot, whether it's some BNB, so you guys can buy some NFTs that's going to get you guys some more winning, whether it's just some Solana because I was being a degen and shorted CFX and you guys get to get a piece of that. That's what it's all about. But it's really up to us. It's not just on Rico Moneybags. It's really on to all of you guys to make these streams what they're supposed to be. So more projects want to pull up and say, you know what? I like the fact that he's not bugging me about the giveaway for him. He's actually doing it for the community. So if you guys want a machine that is producing giveaways for you guys, it's in your hands, right? I'm going to do my dance. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. But you guys also got to assist in the win. So Art Vibe, shout out to you guys that won those BNBs, and you guys can go over to the Art Vibe. I'm going to share this link again for you guys so you guys can go ahead and take a peek, not only just for the giveaways, but maybe you want to launch your NFT project. Maybe you guys want to get some more exposure, like I said, on your projects, on these super streams. Maybe you need some help minting something out. Tap in with us. Let us know. We're here to make some things happen, man. It's not just about one person winning. It's about making this space win, about the communities winning. And man, talk is cheap. We're actually putting that to work right now as we grind together. But now I got to go to XPX, man. I'm sure you guys don't mind that. I want you guys to come over here and check this out right here. We are working on some very bullish things behind the scenes, man. We've been having a lot of projects even come to us, ask us for some things. When we're working in development, man, no matter what the markets are doing, I'm always grinding, man. I'm always cooking, because all roads lead to payments. If you win on Recap, if you win on Art Vibe, if you mint out this, are you not going to, because the markets are down, you don't have to, don't you got to put gas in your car still? Don't you got to pay some bills? Don't you still got to, navigate the world? And, that's why we're here. We're not here to get in. That's why we can pull up with everybody, because we're not here to get in the way of anybody. We're not here to step on no toes. Our business model only works if you guys win. So why would we not want the space to win? Why would we not want the NFT projects to win? Why would we want, that meme coins not to win? Because when you guys win, this business that we're open for business for everybody also wins. Whether you're off ramping, on a 100K limit MasterCard, whether you're off ramping on a 10K limit non-KYC card, or a $500 limit non-KYC Visa card, whether you're doing your bills, right? Paying creditors, paying your water bill, paying your electric bill, you can do that all non-KYC. And what's cool about that, it doesn't show up that it's a crypto payment. So if you're worried about, using the bill payment section and using crypto to pay some bills, but you don't want them to know that you're actually touching crypto, it doesn't show up. We settle these things ourselves. We have the liquidity for that. So you don't have nothing to worry about. Settles in 24 to 48 hours, and it comes through as just a payment. That's extremely bullish, and something that, having over 80,000 companies, it's only a matter of time when this space matures and the rest of the world actually comes into crypto, that of course they're going to pay their electric bill in Mexico. Of course, they're going to pay their electric bill in the United States, or their water bill, or whatever it might be. You have access to 10 countries right now: Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Malaysia, Egypt, the Philippines, Guatemala. You guys can go ahead and very easily pay your bills using this tool, using Solana, using BNB, using ETH. Man, you can even use Floki if you want to do that. And we're going to settle that for you guys. And it's not going to say, hey, this guy used Floki. This guy's a meme coin degenerate, and he used Floki to pay his bills. No, it's going to show up in payment the right way. Okay. If you guys want to get somebody a gift, or even like, I really think, you can get somebody a gift card as well. The non-KYC gift cards are bullish. We've seen that do really good during the holiday season. But, you could use this as well to like help somebody out. But I think now that we have these non-KYC MasterCards, whether you're getting a non-KYC 10K limit MasterCard or you're getting a $500 limit Visa card, now you don't have, if you want to help somebody out, now you don't have to send them your actual card credentials. You don't have to go through waiting process doing Western Union or whatever it might be. You can actually just, hey, you know what, I'm going to load this card, I'm going to send you the information. You can connect it to your cell phone, which you guys have seen me do many videos of me using Tap to Pay in the real world, so you get real world purchasing power, but also without all the liability of giving somebody your actual information. Have you ever helped somebody out trying to pay something, and now somehow it's on a recurring thing because now that's the way it's set up? Well, once these funds are done, they're done, right? And it's not reloadable. They'll have to get another one. So you have your Onyx card with a 10K non-KYC limit, and you also have your $500 limit Visa card. So depending on where you're at, mostly some places, I noticed that the MasterCards work really a lot better in the UK and things like that. So you have that access. The Visa cards work everywhere here in the United States, but the MasterCards are kind of more popular in some other countries. So you have two options right here on how to navigate this market. Extremely, extremely bullish. All right. Now the next thing that I'm very bullish on, and obviously we've been talking about it quite a bit, coming over here, I'm going to share this link. I'm going to click on business for you guys, is having an XPX business account. The fact that you can go and sign up and have an XPX business account and have access to the donation widget right away, and then have access to some of the things that we're going to roll out in the future, giving you guys some massive amount of utility, massive amount of marketing material to be able to move like a off-ramp solution project. It's absolutely bullish. So you want to get into this now, and maybe you have something positive that you want to do for the space, right? Maybe you got a charity, maybe you have a project that's trying to raise funds, maybe you want to list on Art Vibe, but you don't have the funds, but you want to raise some funds to be able to get your vision across, whether it's for mental health, whether it's for the homeless, whether it's for the veterans, whether, hey, your car broke down and you need a new car and you just need some support. Bam, this is happening. Even with the crypto markets down, go to GoFundMe.com. This is not slowing down people helping out the right people in the space. If you look at this, money is being raised. BTC all-time high, BTC at 68,000. That has not stopped people from doing the right thing. And this is something, like I said, I secure some domains. I'm personally going to take a little bit of the lead on some of these things that I'm going to do, because you shouldn't ignore a $40 billion market share. Like, it's right there. And if crypto is doing the right thing and we go to GoFundMe, and this is what I'm going to do, I'm just showing you guys, I'm giving you guys alpha, because this is something, like I said, I secure those domains. I've talked to some devs to get the domain looking really nice, to make it work for everybody, and actually to be able to hit some of our goals as far as when this domain goes live and the widgets on there. It's going to look really cool for us to be like, okay, maybe not him because he's almost done, but let's say somebody that's trying to hit 10K and they're only at 5,000. Why not contact the organizer and be like, hey, if you set up a business account, we can help you get your business card where you have real world purchasing power, and we can help you hit your goal. That is here right now. Web3, I think, should do this. We already have our first project with their business account. They're waiting on their card. We're going to be helping them set up their widget very soon. They'll be one of the first projects leveraging the widget on their website, and we just want them to win. I don't hold the funds. When you guys receive that money, that's in your dashboard. That's in your, XPX vault. That's holding, whether people send you BNB, whether they send you Ethereum, whatever they send you, you'll have basically a crypto vault inside of your dashboard collecting everything that somebody's sending. So instead of only waiting for donations in the form of USD or only waiting for donations in the form of Solana, you're getting exposed to people being able to donate in XRP, people being able to donate in World Liberty Financial. People can donate with other stable coins. People can donate with, Bitcoin, XRP, ADA. That is super, super huge. So make sure that you guys don't miss out on this. Like I said, I'm cooking up some things, been talking to some people. I wanted to make it look really fresh, make it really easy for people to sign up and things like that. So we're working on some really cool things. I think that this has a lot of opportunity to do stuff, not only for animals, but people with mental health, people maybe with cancer, whatever it might be. Why is crypto not doing this? Why is there not a tool to be the vehicle? And that's what XPX is all about. XPX is built to be open for business for everybody, whatever you might be going through, whether it's just to spend your crypto, whether it's to do the right thing with cryptocurrency, whether you have your own idea, just like this, for your cause, for your medical needs, for emergencies, for businesses, for animals, for education. So although XPX is built on the Binance Smart Chain, we are not bound to the Binance Smart Chain. We accept crypto on all different types of currencies, but we're also not bound to all things cryptocurrency. And this is what I want us to understand, as not only as a project, but also as Web3, that we're supposed to be able to do stuff bigger than just Web3. And, sometimes Web3 is not going to be hype. Sometimes there's not going to be no euphoria in Web3. So why not? Hey, can crypto do the right thing? And over here, people doing stuff for education. Is there anybody that we can help that's trying to get their degree, trying to do the right thing? Can we help them with their tuition, right? They raise $0. Their goal is whatever might be their goal. Is there some people? And I know that these people exist in crypto. What we need is the vehicle. And XPX has that vehicle. There's no red tape. It's absolutely free to sign up. I want to be transparent. The only time that a fee occurs is when you actually off-ramp the crypto that you've actually want to use with real world purchasing power. You don't have to wait for, me to release your funds or this, that, and the third. You'll receive all these funds. You can off-ramp it via KYC card, especially if you have an EIN number or VAT and you want to keep everything in order, or you can off-ramp a non-KYC card and you're just doing it that way. You have so much flexibility. And I want you guys to understand that if you're a project that has an idea, maybe you're a project that's focused on animals, we want to help you out. Like I said, yes, I secure some domains because I couldn't believe that I can secure them. So I spent one night just securing a bunch of domains that we're going to use and leverage. But I also want you guys to win. I'm not going to be able to do all of them myself. I'm not going to be able to do all of them, right? So why not come over here and be like, well, look at all these categories. So this is crypto right now, and not just XPX. That's what I want you guys to understand. I appreciate you, Lisa. And we're going to talk about Blockcast and Can Do next, because you guys are absolutely amazing. Make sure you guys get that exposure, and maybe you guys can find some communities, whether it's a community that needs to help people with medical stuff. Is it somebody trying to build a business? I can't cover all of these. So why am I going to pretend and try to gatekeep this stuff or try to put red tape around it? No, it should be free to sign up. It should be easy for people to do this. Do we not want crypto to look good? Do we not want some positive movement besides chart goes up, chart goes down? So let's help out a community. Let's create, do something creative, maybe something cool, taking the kids to, helping kids get to all their sports. Like, this is real right here. Let's look at some of this stuff, and then we'll keep it moving, fam. Help Philip achieve his dreams without his dad. Can I not come over here and say, hey, Maud Baker, which makes me think of that one song from Boney Mike, Ma Baker. That's an old school 70s song. I'm an 80s babies, but I still like those old school songs. You should listen to that song by Boney Mike, Ma Baker. It's a pretty cool song, but this is what this reminded me of. But we could easily just go like this and say, hey, let me use my Gmail, blah, 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 and be like, hey, Ma Baker, I see that you're trying to hit 4,500. Can we not help as a crypto community secure the other 29% for them? Maybe they're trying to hit the 4,500. They're 31, almost 3,200. Can we not help them with the 30% that's missing, or the 29% that's there? And imagine the type of marketing that your project, whether that's you doing it, whether it's the domains that I secured to do it, I think that would be awesome to see in crypto. And I think that, we have to look outside of just liquidity pool from liquidity pool. And actually, again, kind of like I was talking with Recap, provide so much value to the marketplace that it has to provide value back. Why should it not be one day that when you click on donate now, and this is my dream that I see, that you see PayPal, Venmo, and credit card or debit? My dream, and XPX, if you're listening or you're part of XPX or you're around us, this should say XPX one day. Crypto payments via XPX Pay. Use crypto where this is there. I don't even want to hold this for myself. I want our brand to grow so big. I want what we've done in the space to be so valuable that we can go and grow our resume. So we helped the animal project. So we helped the emergency project. So we helped the people that want to do stuff, for trees or whatever it might be, the environmental people. But we grow our resume so beautiful, and we've helped so many people that it wouldn't be hard to go to somebody like GoFundMe.com and be like, hey, this is our track record of all the people we've helped. We've helped the homeless. We've helped the veterans. We've helped people with emergency. Heck, we even helped somebody just start a business. It wasn't even an emergency. They just had a great idea that we wanted to get behind. There's a day where XPX Pay lives on something like this. Do not think that this is not going to evolve one day. And I want to keep myself humble, keep the community humble, keep the space humble. Whether I do this or not, this is our chance to do this. This is our .com moment. Whether I do this or not, I know, and mark my words, that there will be a day where there's going to be some kind of bubble there. And that's up to us. Is that us? Is that XPX? Or is that one of the gatekeepers from before? Is it the Venmos? Is it the PayPals? Is it the Cash Apps that get to leverage our space that we've been building up, that we've been spending 16 to 18 hours? Sometimes, heck, a few days ago, I stood up past 24 hours. I was so delirious, working on some things, getting some things ready, kind of a little bit about growing this out, this part right here, because there is a moment where this becomes a reality, whether it's XPX that does it or the gatekeepers from before that move into the space. But there's a time in the future where this says cryptocurrency, right? Where it's not just Venmo, where it's not just PayPal, and there's a purple bubble right here with XPX Pay that should exist right there. And maybe it's your bubble, right? Maybe it's your bubble. I want you guys to grow. So keep that in mind. This is something that we've been working on and something that I'm working on behind the scenes. And going to grow this out. Like I said, I secured plenty of domains because I don't think I hear this being shilled in a lot of spaces quite often. And we'll talk about some spaces right now, and we'll talk about Blockcast, and then we'll go into Can Do next. But how cool would it be? Speaking of Blockcast, speaking of spaces, shout out to Andy and shout out to you, Lisa. You've been pulling up nonstop and staying consistent when the market's testing everybody. And I know Andy's really into doing a lot of this stuff. Like, why can we not set this up? Maybe he knows some people, some kids that are trying to, get their gear for sports. Maybe it's, we have so many animal tokens. You have a dog token that you're trying to look at this. Like, we can do this today. We can, hey, you know what? Help Vinny recover from an emergency vet care. Okay. Fresno, California. Would you be willing to set up, hit up Jesus, hit up Jesus and be like, hey, bro, I'm part of XPX. I'm the founder. We can help you set up your own business account. You can start to receive crypto to help you hit your goal. Is crypto stepping out of the Web3 space, out of liquidity, from liquidity to liquidity, to go after, the real world and try to bring some people, gain exposure by providing enough value to them? And we're going to talk about a space that I'm very bullish on. You guys might have heard of it before. I'm sure you guys have. And it is blockcast.cc news right here. I'm going to share this right here. If you guys rock with me, you guys got to give this a follow, okay? If you guys are rocking with me, Rico Moneybags, or XPX, man, this is a place where you guys can get some alpha, and not only, what you want to hear, which is why I like to pull up to the space. Now, I can't just only go to a space that's like, all right, that's it. It's still saying rigged. When a space that's just only, I've seen people, man, it's just crazy, but at least here you guys can get some of the sauce that you guys really want to have, right? So right here, this is a great space. Shout out to Andy and big shout out to Lisa and a lot of the other ones. Their spaces do absolutely fantastic. And, I'm sure within this Blockcast, we're always thinking, and I've been to these spaces where we're thinking of other ways, right? That's been some of those conversations. Great community, no project attached, just all about community, right? And I've been in some of these spaces where we've had talks like, what can crypto do? And Andy asked, Lisa, you as well, you guys ask some of the hard-hitting questions that people are afraid to ask. When crypto's doing this, is there anything else that we can do to be able to, make something else happen? Is there anything else that we can do to make some things shake in a positive way? And like I said, you see just the truth right here. Things are going down. And, like I said, some of my streams would probably do a lot better if I just told you guys this was the bottom and things are going to pump automatically. But sometimes we have to be creative, man. And it takes these spaces. It takes us thinking. Sometimes I don't like saying this, like thinking outside the box, because there's still a box. If you think outside the box, there's somehow still a box present. But, we'll use that, right? Thinking outside the box. But sometimes I just want to kick the box to the side. No box. How do we think of something completely different? We're not in the box. We're not out the box. And sometimes we have to have these hard-hitting questions like, what's going on? Is it the utility? I've seen you guys have hard conversations about RWA, how you guys feel about tokenization, the pros and the cons about things, right? Because there are moments where everything's just not, dandelions and freaking roses. Sometimes it's rough, right? And you got to think of stuff. And you know what? I never shy away from, when you start to feel like your back's up against the wall, right? That song that I played in the beginning. I like that because, the bandwagon's starting to fall off. It's like, bro, who cares about that? Like, are you thinking of stuff, even though it might feel like that? And you might feel like your back's up against the wall. Are you doing anything? Are you just going to let this thing back you up all the way? Are you going to, are you fight or flight? Are you flighting? Are you fighting this thing? Yeah, I remember this. I remember this era of cryptocurrency. Logan Paul bought this NFT for $635,000 in 2021. Today it's worth $155. So you're not doing too bad. I don't think you've been hit that bad. But here you guys go. You got this as well. Conversations. This is what it's all about, man. And it's not always just a pure shill show. It's also about, talking about all things, we got payments right here. We got, the news, or, the things that people don't want to talk about, CZ. And I think it's a great space. So like I said, if you guys can come over here, support the speakers. You got a lot of great people that pull up over here. Okay, we have a space Saturday night, 11 p.m. EST, third space in our community series, highlighting Solana chain builders and community. Let me share this real quick so you guys can check this out. And once the link is live, you guys can join also the Moneybags Mansion. I'll also share this guy with share the thing with you guys as well. It's a later stream. I'm actually just been up super late. My sleep schedule is completely off. Especially that day that I stood up for, I don't know, it was like 26 hours or something like that. The community was yelling at me to go to sleep. Had Jessica saying that I need to get some sleep. I was like, yeah, my body and my eyes are completely mad at me, but my mind, it's just like, there's moments when you get like that. Some of my best ideas, I would like to think that they're pretty great ideas. A lot of them people are using today. Wasn't those moments where I felt like that, right? Where it was like, yeah, I might be tired. Yeah, my body is this. And yeah, my eyes are crying because I've just been up for so long. But sometimes when you do that, that's where you come up with stuff, right? If you don't shy away from that, and you'll come up with a great idea. If you don't let that make you can come up with a really, really great idea, right? Got to rest your body and mind. Yeah. Well, I did. I did definitely. My sleep schedule is almost back, but if I would say it's all the way back, it'd be capped, because even today, not that much sleep anyways. But nonetheless, this is when the creative stuff is working, right? And sometimes when you stay up really late, and this is a little bit of a side note, and I don't know, maybe you guys can relate. Maybe it's just me. I'm just some kind of crazy guy, right? But I feel when you have stayed up really late and you're in that delirious, that lucid part, your subconscious doesn't come up with reasons why things don't work as much. Where you're not fighting yourself to be like, nah. It's almost like if you're, I don't know, at least for me, maybe that's just me, right? Maybe I'm some kind of, I don't know what the heck's going on with me, but you guys can let me know. But I've noticed that at times like that, I've come up with some pretty cool ideas. I've got a patent that was bought out when I was 19 years old. And a lot of times it was just like, when things sound really crazy, those are some of the greatest ideas. But I found that, if I'm too well rested, it's real easy to throw those great ideas away. It's like, I was talking to somebody last night, and we were talking about, one of the patents that I did, because I seen he had WeatherTech floor mats in the car that I was in. I was like, oh man, you got WeatherTech? You're like, yeah, I ordered. I was like, yeah, when I was 19, they bought like a heated car cover idea from me when I was 19. Blew that money, of course, because you're 19 and stuff like that. But a lot of weird stuff that I've done has been in those moments where something sounds kind of absurd, and I'm just up late, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go buy 2 car covers and buy a heated blanket and put the heated blanket in between them. And this is going to be the prototype of the heated car cover. Now, granted, I'd never seen it in the market, but they definitely bought that patent off of me. That event helped me get. And yeah, it was a nice chunk of money and stuff like that. But a lot of times it's like those weird things that people might think is absolutely crazy. It's like, what, you're buying? And trust me, I was with somebody that was giving me kind of that side eye, like, what are you doing? It's like, I'm tired of cleaning the snow off the cars. I don't want to do that no more. Right. So you gotta, and sometimes some of these great ideas, same thing with like XPX, like during the bear market, some of those long nights was like, man, all roads lead to payments. Right. And how can I package this the right way and do it the right way to bring it to mainstream and be all around the world. Right. So, all right, so shout out to Blockcash, shout out to Lisa, amazing person. And I find my mind is less resistant to negative. Exactly, that's what I'm talking about, right? Oh, yours is less resistant? No, mine's is like, okay, that's a great idea. I'm not so strict on my ideas when I'm a little bit delirious. But not for everybody, okay? This is not sleep advice either. I don't want nobody, coming to me and say, well, I got insomnia now because of Eureka. I didn't think of nothing but how I couldn't sleep, right? Let's go to Can Do next. We got kind of a big celebration. I want to give a big shout out to them. I mean, it's really huge. We're going to see them in the space no matter what. I'm really rocking with this community. There's some things that, I mean, even like me, the way that I am, I've been keeping an eye on some stuff. I'm really bullish on the whole Can Do racing thing. I think it has a lot of potential, but it's really this community, man. It's this community that's been here, and you can do a lot of stuff in the space, but to see Can Do right here, still doing his thing, still trucking along, it takes a community to do this. So let's see where we got this post. Ooh, okay. Do we have a post for that? Okay, here we go right here. Okay. As a celebration for Can Do's second anniversary as the world's first permissionless brand, we will have a big community space Saturday, February 21st 8 p.m. UTC. Everyone is invited, and we'll be hearing from our long-term supporters in the crypto space, Kendu OGs, and any other supporters of Kendu. We're going to be pulling up over there for sure, you know, showing them some love as well. If there was ever a time for Kendu to attend, this is it right here. So we will also reveal the contest winner for the Kendu Friendship Day contest live. I'm not sure what that was about. So Kendu Friendship Day contest live in the space. Set your reminders, retweet this, and comment, like, you know, tell your mother, tell your sister, tell your lover, tell your girlfriend, tell your homies, tell everybody. Tell everybody about this. And I'm going to share this link right here for you guys. This is Kendu with energy drinks. This is Kendu with beer. This is Kendu with Kendu Spice. This is Kendu, the permissionless brand, letting their communities take the initiative and grow things, right? So it's not Kendu being stuck just in liquidity to liquidity to liquidity, or space to space to space. Hey, somebody's sipping this beautiful beer right here, which has a beautiful color. Honestly, that's a nice color of a beer right there. You know, hey, what is this beer that you're drinking? Well, scan the QR code. Check us out. It's the most unhinged community willing to go crazy and tap into the real world. It doesn't get any better than that. You guys want exposure to, you know, IRL. You got to provide some value. So let's scroll down. Let's see what else they got over here. Like I said, super active community. You got right there. You got Kendu Unleashed taking a sip. You got the Kendu Spice. Have you got anybody else? And this spice is fire. I mean, I'm going to order some more of it because I kind of started to see where I can test to put it on. And I almost couldn't find, I wouldn't put it in your cereal or nothing like that. But as far as food, it's like I started putting it on some fast food that I eat. I was like, let me add this to my Chick-fil-A. Is it going to make my Chick-fil-A even better? It's like, wait a minute. This makes everything better. I'm not just saying that. I have an empty bottle of this stuff that I kind of just, I don't know what was going on. I just was putting it on everything, trying to see how far I can take that. And you guys can take it as far as you guys want because it's absolutely amazing. This is another one that we're talking about right here when it comes to Kendu Racing. Is one of the things that I've always kind of seen with Kendu, and it's maybe because I saw Red Bull come to life. You know, when Red Bull first came out in the States, I remember it being offered up at the dealership that I worked at. And yeah, I got to drink a whole bunch of Red Bull and stuff. And yeah, so this right here, you know, it started off as an energy drink with Red Bull, and next you know, you got Red Bull Racing, you got Red Bull on motorcycles, MotoGP, you got Red Bull on Formula One. And again, what did it do? It tapped into something more than just energy drinks, right? It tapped into other communities by providing value. And some of the fastest bikes in MotoGP, the KTMs, you know, torque monsters are, you know, the Red Bull bikes, you know. And it's like, I want the Aprilia bikes to win because I'm a Aprilia fan, but you cannot discount those I almost said those Kendu Racing bikes. And maybe that happens one day. Maybe you see you know, Kendu Racing, and you see this right here happening. And they got a few posts. Actually, we'll go check that out a little to their page. Cool stuff. I know they had some kind of like mini bikes and stuff like that look pretty cool. Kendu beer. I haven't had the beer. I can't, but I'm sure it's great, man. We got the Kendu merch, of course, on justshopcrypto.com. Super bullish. Trying to look for those little mini bikes. Was it on the website that I just missed it? Yeah, so you got Kendu Unleashed, Kendu Coffee. Forgot to mention that one. We got actually Kendu Coffee as well. So Kendu. Congratulations, man. Looking forward to tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. You guys definitely deserve it. You guys have been grinding nonstop. It's super impressive what you guys have been able to do. I'm looking forward to that. And anybody listening right now, if you guys are in the chat or listening to the stream later on, or maybe you're catching this on a snippet on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, definitely pull up to the Kendu fam. I'm going to share their Telegram so you guys can join. And I'm almost 100% certain that when you join this Telegram, you're going to stick around, man. They're completely a lot of fun, and they grind together, and that's why they're shining together. Next, we're going to go to another shill as well. We got some cool things, a couple more meetings to lock in some things for you guys, but let's go to Kendu's website. Let me get their Telegram for you guys so you guys can navigate and get hooked up with Kendu. And then I'm going to show something else for you guys that are listening. Okay. That should be below XPX logo billboards. XPX is everything. I like that. We're going to be working on some stuff. Well, I'm currently, you know, getting some banners made for some stuff. So it could be some things that we add to that as well. But let's go into this one right here. I want to show this for you guys, and we're actually going to use it ourselves. Go to XPX right here. If you guys got a project that you guys want to get some more exposure, there's some cool things coming over here. I can't give any alpha away or anything like that, but if your project's not yet listed on Cappy today, you guys definitely want to come get it listed. There's going to be some really cool features for you guys. Some more things coming for everybody on the channel as well. I'm not going to speak on that right now, but this is a great way for you guys to come over here. Just go to Cappy today, click on this call to vote. It's going to make the post already for you. Very easy to use. XPX fam, your squad needs you. Come over here, make the post, and get your community to vote, right? And if you look over here, there has been projects listing nonstop. So getting your community to engage. You know, I keep seeing new projects come over here and list. So, you know, if you're wondering another way to get out of your echo chamber, looking for other ways to engage, right here's one of them. You see Can Do right at up top. I see my OG Brett. Shout out to OG Brett in the chat. Shout out to AD. Still holding my OG Brett AD, by the way. I'm still holding strong with you, brother. That is the original Brett on ETH. And if you guys are looking to get more exposure, come over here and check it out. You guys can become, you know, rising communities, the top gainers, and some really cool things coming that I will not mention as well. But just know that, you know, you guys will be getting a lot of early access to those things. So come over here to cappytoday.com, get your project listed, get some more exposure and some cool things to come in the future. We're always collaborating. We're always growing to make things bigger and better for all of you guys. We got Yepe, Sloth, Wally, the Crow with Knife community. Shout out to them. The 401JK community, the PEP. You got everybody pulling up. But what I'm seeing is a lot of new communities get listed, a lot of new communities trending. And this is a great way for you guys to, you know, get your project listing over here, whether you're on the Chronos network like Pack, whether you're on Ethereum like Baby Pepe, whether you're, you know, on whatever chain this is that I can't tell. You could be on a Dogecoin chain, whatever it might be. This is a great way to not get stuck in your own little echo chamber, but to get some of that cross-pollination. So get your projects listed over here, get your communities active and engaged, and get ready for some more cool things to come, you know, for those that are on Cappy today, and some really cool things coming around that. So very, very bullish stream. I think we've done it again. I think we've knocked it out the park. We had giveaways. Like I said, I want everybody who's listening right now, the giveaways are going to get bigger and better the more we show and the numbers go up. We're going to have more projects coming. I've been working on things to make this almost a hub for all things new projects trying to get exposure. So the more that we make this thing scream and make noise, the more projects that are coming that are going to come on the stream. I'm not asking these projects to give me the giveaways. I don't want them. Okay, I'm doing my own thing. I want them to give it to you guys. So the more that we grow this channel, the more possibilities, the more better it's going to be, the easier it's going to be for you guys to get more of these giveaways. That's all I want. I want you guys to win. So let's grind together so we can shine together. And I'll say it again, we'll shake the cup. Come over here, give us a follow also at XPX Token. Give me a follow at Rico Moneybags. Make sure you guys don't miss out for all things, you know, trading, all things XPX, all things your project. And if there's a project out there that you guys want to see on the super stream, or somebody that's building, let me know so we can get them listed on here, get them on a super stream, get them that exposure, get the community hyped up, have them using the recap bot as well, get all that engagement going. That ripple effect marketing is all going to happen over here. Definitely send me a DM right here. One of the best ways to contact me is using this right here at Rico Moneybags. Let me share this link as well. Send me a DM to the DM, slide in my DM so we could talk and we can set some things up for you guys so we could all win in this space. Everybody's kind of doing their own things, right? So let's help each other win in this space. We'll check on Bitcoin's price again, just really quick for the space. Aster, see, this is why we've been patiently waiting. It still hasn't done it. Nothing crazy, but man, I'm just waiting in the cut, man. I closed that CFX trade. I've been trading on the 4-hour thing, just kind of chilling and waiting for the trade to come on land on my lap. I'm coming to 4-hour time frames, hitting the space button and just looking for the one that's going to be the runner for me. And let's go to BTC really quick, just to give you guys an update. This is gold. Ooh, gold printing a nice buy signal on for those who are trading gold. This could be that turnaround where gold goes back. So this was this chop. You know, we got a nice little buy signal right here. Could be something going on with gold, maybe, you know, ready to turn around where we can get a new entry. Maybe it was as low as gold was going to go, and gold is more bullish than anything right now. This is very nice. Let's go to silver next. Ooh, look at that. Silver looking like it's ready to print. So maybe you guys, not financial advice, of course, but you see silver bouncing off this lower value range on a high time frame like this 4-hour chart. You know, there's a lot of excitement around silver. You know, you got all these base levels, right? All this section down here. Tap, 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 all this low price on this lower value range where buyers or sellers are shaking hands. If silver can print a buy signal, I mean, why not come up to $98, maybe go back to $100 silver? Looking really good. Not yet a buy signal, and I've been able to wait very patiently because it's just a lot easier to hold once you wait. It's the insurance you got to pay. Here goes our BTC, the Mona Lisa of cryptocurrency. we're just being super cautious on this. This sell signal is still valid. This is a chop zone. Oops. This is currently a chop zone on BTC. And, you know, we just want to be cautious because notice we're right on the point of control. This thing can go down or it can go up. This is that scary zone right here, but we're still working off a sell signal. So it's going to be a lot easier for us to be on the bearish side of things. Not that we hate cryptocurrency. All right. I don't want people to think that, but, you know, we don't want to think that just because there's a couple green candles in the downtrend that all of a suddenly, you know, it's automatically going to go up. If we get that buy signal, cool. You know, BTC back to 77,000. That's going to be really fun. But if this thing continues and it gets rejected right here, we don't want to be caught up in this trying to catch along on the overall market, whether you're trading Solana, ETH, or any of these. If BTC breaks down to this other side, we're going to see a pullback on everything else as well. So 4-hour chart still working off a sell signal on BTC. You know, time in the market beats timing the market. So we're spending our time in the market, just waiting for it to land on our lap. When it does, I'm going to let you guys know. For those looking for the longs, not yet, not quite there just yet. But definitely those looking for the shorts, you know, those things have been producing a lot more runners lately than anything else. And you can see on a daily chart or higher time frames, you know, nothing too crazy, looking bullish on a daily chart. You know, the lower time frames look all bullish and stuff, but this is not looking crazy. This is a legit sell signal, and this is chop. You know, we don't care about this because it can fall back lower and stuff. So we're going to keep our eyes, our fingers on the pulse of cryptocurrency. I think when we see this thing roll over 2.50, we'll see a lot more bullish sentiment in the market. So long as we're trading under kind of that round number, you know, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, we're trading under that 2.5. The markets are like, maybe, maybe not. We have extreme fear, and you know, this is right in the middle. We don't know if we're oversold or if we're overbought. It's like, you know, that's that fear, uncertainty, and doubt right there. So we're just waiting for our turn to see what's up next for BTC's breakout. I'll let you guys know. Make sure that you guys keep the bell notification lit like that. You guys will not miss out for that. But if you guys can't do that, continue to come back. Experience the abundance of money with me. Until next time, you guys know what it is.
So your bag's backed up against the wall, and the bandwagon's falling right off. And you're hearing all the talk about maybe you should think about what you're gonna do if it don't work out. It ain't